TRMZ heart.
It probably will get copyright struck. I didn't realise I was on that screen. That sucks. It's the video that's getting copyright struck, so that was a misclick on my part. Hello everyone, by the way. I started the stream with the wrong footage. So yeah, I may find myself getting a copyright strike now. Kind of blows, but there we go. Dead Inside, he's been ill, dude. He has a Discord. If you wanted to join it, you'll get updates in there. He's posted a couple of updates in there, I believe, but he's on the mend now a bit, as far as I know, but he's not back to streaming yet. Stop stream and start again. Thankfully, it's the Sunday stream. It's the shortest one of the week, so it shouldn't be the end of the world. I'll just have to contest it, and then that'll be that, you know. Yeah, if I stopped and started, it would definitely work, DJ Dave, but I've started now. I've started, so I'm going to finish. Fuck it. It'll be fine. I've only been on 2 minutes, so hopefully it'll be all right, but it might get picked up by the bot and they might strike it, but it's not the end of the world. I can turn it around. It's just not ideal. Right, let me find the server I want to join. God, it's busy. Yeah, like I say, though, it's the video that's being copyright struck. It's that starting soon screen is a template that you can actually buy. We paid for it, but like I say again, it's not the music that's being copyright struck, it's the video, so it will still get copyright struck. It's fine. You work for Trading Standards, do you? Blimey. Well, if you'd like to shop Universal Music Group for me, that would be good. Mr. Sheen, thank you. I think we won that match because of the decision making along the way, you know, like we made some really good decisions. Slightly big-headed, but I made some pretty decent decisions in that event as well. So we're, like the positions we took in the different zones really helped, like get in and get out, and particularly zone 2 and then getting into zone 3, you know. I think the routes that we took, and that we ended up with a lot of us, we nearly got done trying to get through the hangars close to the end. That could have been disaster. Digiblast was very, very good, yeah. Right, anyway, hello everyone. I'm in a queue. Might only be a short stream today. I've actually been a bit ill. I don't think it's related. I only had a fill-in the other day, but I've been having all sorts of pain in my in like the side of my ear and my jaw and sore throat and all sorts. Like it's all ear, nose, and throat's all related, but it's on the opposite side to the filling. I don't think it's related to it, but I started getting pain on that side the day I had the filling, so it's just bad luck, I think, maybe. But anyway, I was kind of ill yesterday. I felt like fluey in the head. Let's say. I don't know. I've not got a cold or anything, but I just felt really groggy and not very well, and I still don't feel brilliant today. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm not convinced wearing headphones is going to be the ideal thing for me at the moment, but we shall see. SKS rounds for the AKM. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Somebody commented on it, Corey. It might have been you, but I've just replied to that this morning. But when they introduced the 7.62x39 round, it was specifically for the SKS. So the game launched, it had the M4, it had the Mosin, and it had the FNX, and that's it. When the game first launched, they were the three guns. At some point, not long after, they added the SKS, and with that, they introduced the 7.62x39 round. So some of the bullets I call the name, so I call them Mosin rounds because that round, there was no SVD, it was just for the Mosin, right? Same with the M4, so 5.56, I very often call it M4 rounds. I might have an AUG or an AK-101, but I still call them M4 rounds because at one point that was the only gun in the game that took those rounds, you know? It's kind of a weird thing, but that's kind of where that comes from, I think, you know? Like, and so the SKS was the first 39 round in the game, you know? Gary, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Might be ill from the stolen meat, maybe. The video's doing okay. It started pretty slowly, but longer videos like that's a really long video. They tend to slow burn, so it's gradually picking up a little bit, I think, with any luck. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's doing okay. I saw that. You couldn't write that, could you? The two people that scored were Declan Rice and Jack Grealish. That's crazy. Thank you very much, McGrath, for the support, dude. I appreciate it. Cheers for the super chat. Scoped Rat, thank you for the 79. Bad Respawn, thank you for the 42.
Sub badge.
And Gaz Moden, thank you as well. So, aha. I remember it well. So I just got a kill near the end of the stream and I got this AUG AX. I don't know how long I'm going to be on today, guys. I might only be on for like 3 or 4 hours. I might be on for 5. We shall see how I feel, but hopefully we can have a bit of a run with this life. What's the big deal with Rice and Grealish story? Well, we were playing Republic of Ireland yesterday, and they had both been picked for the Republic of Ireland in the past. So Jack Grealish had been picked for the youths, I think, and has said as an adult that he was going to wait for England, but he played for Ireland in the youth teams. And Declan Rice had actually been called up for the full team, Republic of Ireland. He was called up for the men's squad, but he never got on the pitch. I believe this is the case. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So he'd actually been selected for Republic of Ireland, not been played, and then been selected for England and changed allegiances. I don't think he'd actually played a game that counted. So for those two, particularly Rice, are really, really relevant. Well, that's what I thought, Jokes Pixels. I felt like I might have overstretched my jaw. It took ages. It was like 45 minutes, and she was working on the very back tooth, just next to the wisdom tooth, right? And it felt strained, and it felt like I'd strained my jaw. So yeah, I do wonder if that's what I've done, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, some all sorts of pain in my jaw and my like sore throat and like ear pain and stuff. Like the sooner it goes, the better. Oh god, that sucks. Badly damaged vest. So I've got a carbine and no scope. Best thing I can probably find here is a scope. Favourite dog? Dude, thanks for coming in. Rice played in 3 friendlies for Ireland. Yeah, he'd never played any minutes in an actual like if he'd played in any kind of qualifying game or anything like that.
TRMZ
I think he'd been selected for a qualifier, but he didn't get on the pitch, right? I believe that's the case. Thoughts on who will win Liverpool versus Forest? That's on Saturday, is it? It's the weekend. Obviously, I think Liverpool will win that. Bandito, thank you for the very long resub, dude. Thank you very much. It's Chaos Realms. They both played 3 or less, so that's the bit I wasn't understanding. I knew they'd been selected. My understanding is that Grealish had not played for the full men's team. But Rice had, but not enough to qualify. That makes more sense. So you have to play more than 3 times. That I didn't realise. It's a strange thing, isn't it? You know, like allegiances, right? I guess it's a tricky thing, but they were both born in England, I believe, right? But they've probably got like an Irish dad or an Irish mum, and that qualifies them to play. I feel like both Rice and Grealish would consider themselves English and not Irish. But that happens, you know. If you look at people like, I don't know, like Tony Cascarino, for example, who's on TalkSport sometimes. He certainly doesn't sound Irish, you know. I don't think he was born in Ireland. I think he's got Irish. He qualifies, and that's what happens. But if you're born in England and you're English, I suspect most of them want to be English unless they don't have the opportunity to play for England, you know. Yeah, like you do get it, you know. Like you get people that well, like Lee Carsley, you know, he's English. Lee Carsley, the manager of England, who didn't sing the anthem, which to me is not that big of a deal, but to some it really is. But nonetheless, he played for Republic of Ireland, didn't he? Hey Josh, how you doing? His mum lied about his father being Irish, finally told him years later. Holy shit. Yeah, Cascarino was born in I thought he was born in England, but that happens, you know, it does happen. Silent, thank you very much for the 5 months. Fish Twitch, dude, just read a message from you on the YouTubes just a second ago. Hope you're well. Leaf Sausage, I think they've probably got a slightly better chance where they are now. It happens though, dude. It happens to English players as well. Like Ryan Giggs played for the England youth setup. And then he went and played for Wales, but he was Welsh, you know. I don't think it's... I think it's a challenge for players to try and work out where they're at, I guess, isn't it? You know, like, I'm probably disrespecting Ireland a little bit, but if you're 19 and you think you're not going to be good enough to play for England, you might agree to play for Ireland, but not really feel Irish. And then you might be 19 and a half and have had a stellar 6 months and actually think, hang on a minute, maybe I'm better than I thought I was, or maybe I'm going to get those chances. No more than 3 competitive senior games for your country before the age of 21. Yeah, that makes sense. Honest thoughts for how important boats will be for use. In the vanilla map of Chernarus and Livonia, there'll be only, like... They'll be vaguely useful on Chernarus. They won't be useful at all on Livonia. But they're going to be massively important for the DLC, for Sakal, right? Where they'll be really useful for the modded maps. It's for modded maps, like Deer Isle, for example. It will be really good. And on top of that, for like Chernarus with mods later, you know, like we're going to be able to, like servers will be able to take Riffy Boat and put it out to sea on an island and add another island and maybe add some further land or whatever it might be. You know, they can add things out at in the ocean that you can get to via a boat. You know, like I think that would be really, really cool. All right, still no scope, which kind of sucks. I didn't see the England game yesterday. I wish I had done, but I didn't know what time it was on, and by the time I realised it was nearly over. I probably wouldn't have been able to watch it anyway, to be honest, but I was pleased to see that he actually played Trent Alexander-Arnold as a right-back. That's a start. You know, I don't even know how Trent played. No idea, but he certainly played in the right position, you know, like... I think personally, obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm biased, but I think he should be starting at right-back, and he should be starting at right-back for the next 3 or 4 years. I don't see why he wouldn't. As long as he maintains his current level, or he ideally improves a little.
Time flies by. Love your videos and strength. Keep it UO.
They certainly had a lot of the ball. Like the stats bear out. Like it was away, right? It was away in Dublin, and they had plenty of the ball, which is a good thing. This is really handy because I can nab that plate carrier. Oh, come on. Yes, I do welcome to Bombay. More often than I would like. So honestly, it's a dull subject though, so let's not worry about it. It doesn't really get us anywhere. Cowboy, thank you for the 14 months. Chiefs Reaper, thank you very much too. Oh shit. Thought it was better condition than damage, to be honest, but still good. Panolo, I mostly play lightly modded servers like Day 1, Spaggy, Zero, Karma Crew, DayZ Underground and stuff like that. Some of them do have base building though. Jesus Christ. That's some top tier movement and no mistake. Somebody else's somebody else's vest on the ground there. Just realised I've not been recording. God, these zombies don't seem to be playing fair today. They're not running brilliantly well at all. If I die fucking around with Zeds, it's going to be frustrating, but... It's also damaged, but it's green, so we might as well have it, mightn't we? Zeds here. There's another zombie with a plate there.
Bell broke my leg and lost a 20-hour life lol. Is this the Longhorn kill life?
It is the Longhorn kill life. To be honest, I'd forgotten I'd gotten the kill with the Longhorn. Oh my god. That's meant to have changed in the next patch. Whoa. No way! That's crazy. Will that get stuck anywhere? It probably won't, will it? I'm gonna have to let that go. I'm never gonna catch it up. Fuck, that sucks. Just a random fucking truck running down the road. Wasted an extra bullet. Nice, okay. Would like a better helmet, but the vest is much, much more important. Watch these fuckers like damage my vest now.
I feel like I just found you yesterday. Anyways, break a leg, TRMZ leg man.
Thank you. Cheers for the support, mate. Thank you very much. Josh, thank you as well. Oh, God, I wish I'd been a bit nearer to that truck. That would have been fucking beautiful, wouldn't it? Mike, thank you. Josh, thank you. Cowboy Shooter, thank you again. I'll be a bit careful of players.
4 years 4, that's actually crazy. I'll keep subbing if you keep running. Or in the new patch, sailing.
Black Widow, dude, thank you for the support. I'll do my best. Cheers for coming in, dude. Thank you. All right. Let's just get this one. Kind of hopeful that we've got through most of the Zeds now. Can't believe there was just a truck like just making its way down like that.
On the Star Wars server?
I've not played it yet. I'm guessing there's a huge, great big queue. So I did see a tiny bit of Freshborn's VOD from, I think it was Saturday. I saw a tiny bit of them having a run on it. I'd like to have a look at it at some point, but there's no point trying to get in today. I don't have queue priority. I don't actually know even what the name of the server is at the moment, other than it's probably called something Star Wars. So, yeah, no, not going to go in it today, but I'll probably have a look at some point. It's not really my thing, is it? You know, it's obviously Star Wars is, but it's heavily modded, which isn't really my thing. Done. So it actually wasn't that good of a result. We've got the plate carry, which is an epic result, but I feel like we could have done better loot-wise, you know, but still, unless I get unlucky on the way out, I'm not dead. That's good. Empires is the name of the server. Okay. Empire with a Z. You started smoking cigars? Jesus. Star Wars server is basically vanilla with Star Wars sprinkles. What map is it running on? Like, I was looking at it, obviously all the guns are different, you know, like there's like blasters and shit. What's the selling point of the server? Well, it's got like guns and stuff in it from Star Wars, and like helmets make you look like stormtroopers. The zombies are stormtroopers and shit. You know, it looks kind of cool. I thought it was Alteria. It looked like Alteria, but I only watched a little tiny bit of it. I always hope you get battered by the zombies. Is that bad? Oh, well, I normally do what you want, don't I? So it's alright. The teddy bears are little Grogus. Very cool. I think it's the kind of thing that you have a go on and enjoy the atmosphere and everything, and the sound of the guns being more like Space Wars. There you go, look, Hurricane. But you're probably maybe not going to do it loads. The Empire bites back, eh? The novelty wore off super quick. Yeah, I think that's a lot of servers are going to be like that, though. It's a very cool thing, though. Any chance of a convoy? Michael, cheers for coming in. Appreciate it, dude. There you go. Didn't look like there was a convoy down there, but we're going to go and have a look in a sec. Black Widow, Iceman, cheers for the resubs, guys. Thank you very much. Bollocks. I don't have time to wait. He was on com for a while, but that's lucky. It's a lucky spot that he came up like he did. I was going to wait, but there's so many squads on this server. I was umming and ahhing. I thought I had another suppressor. It seems I don't. But yeah, I was umming and ahhing about waiting, but I don't think it makes sense to wait. There's just too many squads. And he's got a good gun there as well. We can have the blaze in a second. Could have been the dude from the car. Could have been, couldn't he? Just going to wait just for a little minute, just in case someone shows up. I'm really not feeling the whole dying and restarting thing today. I'm a bit of a mess, health-wise, at the moment. Just like I've got face ache, like I was talking about it earlier, and I just I'd quite like to stay alive. Let's put it that way. But the second superior, I did. You're right. I knew I had 2 the other day.
10 points on the latest video. Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Maybe. Thank you very much for the 7 months. I don't know, Jambon. I've got like ear, nose, and throat issues. I think it's related to. I think I sort of strained my jaw when I was having the filling, which sounds really stupid, but it was like maximum open for about 45 minutes, and I think I've got a problem with the muscles on the hinge of my jaw. But it's either that or it's something like an abscess or whatever, but I'm just a bit... Yeah, I got face ache, basically.
What's up, Brew?
I was not very well yesterday. I went to bed we went out briefly, and then I went to sleep at 4 o'clock for 2 hours, which I never do. It took ages, Robert. It took fucking ages. It shouldn't have took 45 minutes, but it did. Right, that'll do. Let's get away from here. What a great little come up that was, though. We've got the blaze. We've really upgraded there with the loot from that dude. Yeah, I'm sure they had a bottle. I probably should have made another, but I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Good day, Paul and chat. Hope you are well. TRMZG heart.
It's got a mag. It has. I think I'm going to drop the Glock, even though I've got more bullets. I have got another bottle there, obviously, as well. I've got my own extra bottle. Billy, good day. I hope you're well. Cheers for the support, dude. Thank you very much. Not sure if I really need some of this junk, really. Sounds really weird, doesn't it? Oh, that's a ball ache. Hawk, thank you for the 3 months. Charles, so what's up, dude? Thank you for coming in. I'm alright. Hope you're good. Check boot conditions. Yeah. They're good. Can't fix them. Actually should be eating the hot ones, really, because they're going to have to go in my inventrix, aren't they? Am I making a cup of tea? No, I'm smouldering some venison. I'm cooking the venison. Why is that one taking so much longer? I was going to say, it didn't go in that much later, did it? No, I haven't got the space to keep the fucking thing. If it was 15 seconds later, you would have been shot. Maybe. They had a long rifle in their hands, so I feel like I would have probably done okay with the not the Tundra, sorry, with the Orgay X in my hands. You know, I think I had the, I certainly had a benefit in terms of the loot I had compared to the loot they had. You know. But yeah, I may well have been. You're right. Like that's the kind of cool thing in a way about DayZ is that it can turn literally on that timing. You know. Yeah, little things like that, they add up. Like if they had different looks for different types of meat, it's not really that big of a game changer, but those little quality of life changes, they all add up, don't they? It's not that big of a deal. It's the sort of thing that if they did that, there'd be people going, oh, they've just changed the meat. It's a meat patch. You know, like, but those little things, they add up incrementally into big changes, you know. Do 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 do. do wonder if perhaps 3 pieces of tape is perhaps too many. Any more bullets?
Insert witty comment here.
I've got, I think 2 sewing kits is enough. 4, 5 batteries. Let's drop a... I'm not sour. Let's drop a battery. There's not actually that much of use there. Might just go back to where I died for a sec. If the dude had a buddy, they might have shown up by now. I'm just thinking maybe I could get the gun, like... It looked like they were clearing with a Mosin, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
Nice running, TRMZ.
Might as well have the... there is more tape this way, but I might as well take the battery while I'm here. I'm thinking I might as well just come up, find where I left the loot and leave the Mosin. You never know. If I do die, I can come back and try and snag the loots. I think it's that tree there, isn't it? And I need to go down the hill. I don't see much evidence on them. I don't know what tree it was. I thought it was around here. Did he have a PU? I didn't see it. Oh, it's these trees. It's not quite as high up the hill. I think it's one of these. He had a PU. Now I've got to go and get that as well, haven't I? Yeah, I might as well go down the hill and have a little look, because it's possible this dude is the one that was in the truck. Did have a PU. Don't see any evidence of any truck loot, but... I'm going to put that there because it's got a few Mosin rounds in it. Right, there we go. Sorted. Actually, I just need to get my chair properly again. I get a lot more disconnects on official servers than I do any other Hatake. I don't know why. Official servers are really bad for disconnects. I seem to, you like if you die and respawn, you seem to get a disconnect nearly every time. But I get disconnects more often on official than any other server. For some reason, it just seems more common. Return of the King, thank you for the resub. Kyroscope and Argy Bargy, thank you as well. Just having a quick look. I got a DMR from here the other day. And then immediately died. There's no convoy loot this time though. We could just have a quick look back towards the tents just to see if someone showed up. Very, very cool to get that blaze. Very, very cool. Sorry for repeating myself. Is this a modded server? No. It's well, it has no mods. You don't play it. You don't need any mods to play it. But it's got a few tweaks on the server side, so the stamina is slightly tweaked, so you can carry more shit. But it's got no mods downloaded on it whatsoever, as far as I remember. So it's really close to vanilla. Hey Valis, you right, dude? So I don't really want to go to the military tents again, but we could have a little look. If there's a player there, we could shoot the bastards. You know, that'd be fun. You know what I never did? I need to make that other bottle. The one downside with the blaze that we got off the dude, and it's only a small downside, but is that it's not going to take the bottle suppressor. Susie, Suzuli, my other half isn't really into gaming. No, she used to be a little bit years ago with like Mega Drives and whatnot. You know,
watch ad-free yummy face.
What used to be the Sega Genesis. I had a PU scope as well. Yeah, so she used to be a little bit of a gamer years ago, but not so much nowadays. No, not really into it. Is the blaze loaded, Sean? Great minds must think alike, because I literally just checked it, probably as maybe you were typing that. Right, I'm not seeing any Zs. Oh, there's one at the front there. So zombies spawn in at about 300 meters. Maybe there's a few static Zeds, I don't really know, but there should be about 10 or 12 zombies there, and I can only see one. Which makes me think that there's nobody there, or alternatively, they've gone through killing the Zeds, and that's the only one that's left. Another one there. I don't know if I'm close enough now. I feel like I may be. So I'm just inside 3... Oh! See that? That just spawned in. So the edge of the wall is 300 meters away. I presume I'm just about close enough to cause those to be spawning in myself. And if you look now, there's a lot more. I don't know, I still feel like there might be somebody there. There's one on the roof where I locked it in, yeah. I think I'm going to go down into those trees. What military base is this? Mishkino, west edge of Chernarus. So it's Mishkino Tents, which is west of Mishkino Town. There could be somebody else overwatching too. They could have just made... That's partly why I'm coming down here, because most people overwatch from the tree line that I'm in. So if they're overwatching into the base, I'll see them from here. Hopefully. Effie, subbing so my husband can watch Had Free. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Cheers for the resub. there's anyone around. Seems pretty quiet. I'm going to go and pick up the train track. And just see if we can keep an eye out. See if that truck stopped. I might as well check these 2 containers over here as well.
3 months subbed but 3 years watching. In my top 5 streamers easy.
Strike, dude, thank you for the 3-monthening. Cheers for the support, dude, thank you. Does your missus ever take the air that you don't have a real job? No. She got to give up her real job nearly 4 years ago because of my job, so not really, no. I think she's not really in that camp. Tundra or Blaze, either or. My favourite gun in the history of the game is the Blaze, but I find myself taking the Tundra quite a lot. Mainly because of the bottle, you know, you can put the improvised suppressor on it, and it is really good. Like 3 shots with that, with an improvised suppressor, is a really good thing. But yeah, there are certain scenarios where the Blaze really helps you. You know, you can fire and then fire again. If you've got like a really desperate shot that you absolutely must hit, with the Blaze you absolutely must hit it, but you probably get 2 chances rather than 1. You know, like. I had a firefight up at the castle where that shot was possibly from the other day, and the Blaze nearly dug me out. I killed 2 out of a squad of 3 fully geared dudes. And I missed a shot and then managed to refire and hit the second, you know, like that. That's something the Blaze really gives you that most other guns don't. Does she moan that I have to pay Redline monthly? No, she just moans about Redline. If she's ever watching the stream, she usually is known to be saying something like, "Why is that Redline a mod? Doesn't make any sense. I can see why Whackgat is mod, but I don't understand why Redline is." John, thank you very much. John Gabriel, thank you for the follow on the YouTubes, dude. Thank you. Straight first, no. We that's how that subject exactly came up just before you must have got here. No. The double shot Corey is really useful with the Blaze. Yeah, if you remember to use it. It's really particularly useful if you've got someone like, I don't know, crouched in a bush or something, and you want to be sure you double them, or even say only their leg is showing or something. If you double shot them with a Blaze into the leg, you're going to break their leg, and almost certainly I think you knock them uncon as well. You know, like there's a few scenarios where the double shot is really useful, but more often than not, in the heat of the moment, like if you're really shooting to save your life, you maybe don't remember to use the double shot. You know, like. It's not always easy to like switch it on in a hurry, but it is useful. I think the bottle suppressor Tundra is particularly useful though. Yeah, strike first. Thank you for the resub, John. Thank you very much too. XP, thank you for the bits. Cheers for the support, dude. Thank you. You can strike first. The Blaze and the double barrel shotgun both have the select fire option to fire both at the same time. So I'm just keeping an eye out. I've a funny feeling if you keep driving up that track, sooner or later it's going to fuck you up. Like one of the bridges will catapult you into the air or something like that. Or you may be like one of the bridges that you need to get over. You'll get to a train, a military train or something in the way. Doesn't a single blaze shot still knock? No, not a plate carrier, no. So if you shoot somebody at, let's say, 80 metres with a Tundra in the chest, and they're wearing a plate carrier, they'll go unconscious for a short amount of time. If you take that same shot to the same plate carrier with a blaze, they won't. This is where the double shot becomes a little bit hit or miss, because you can use the double shot with the blaze against a plate carrier. If they're full health, they'll still only be uncon, they won't be dead. And that's where, arguably, the single shot with the Tundra becomes a bit better, because you both get the same outcome, they're uncon. You've still got to shoot them at least one more time anyway, with both. But there are scenarios where the double blaze shot's better, but it still does, it doesn't kill with both hits on a plate. I just bought DayZ and want to play in a mouse solo. Do you think I'll get frustrated? If you've never played DayZ before, you're going to get frustrated in the beginning, yes. Part of the learning curve, though, you know, it's a much different... What you've seen in videos or you've seen in streams is not how it will be when you start. Because you won't know where to go, you won't know the meta for the map, you won't know the looting routes, you won't know... You've got to spend quite a lot of time learning those things, you know, like, even if you've watched a lot of streams, it will still be a struggle when you first start. The Savannah's the same kind of power as the Tundra.
Just chilling right now in my honeymoon on the Maldives. Had an alarm set up to renew myself, didn't even need it TBH. Thanks for your content, love to rewatch the True Colours event.
Dude, thanks for tuning in. Congratulations, hope you're having a nice time.
Great video again this week, keep up the good work.
Oh, dudes as well.
YNWA.
Congrats, dude, that's cool. I really fancy a holiday like that, ain't gonna lie. Coach said, thank you, cheers for tuning in. Appreciate it, dude. Oh, yeah, I quite fancy a beachy holiday, that'd be lovely. I don't think I want to go quite that far though, but somewhere like the Canary Islands will do me. I quite fancy that. Tony, I'm really hoping that the DMRs will not be in Tissy. I kind of want to feed it back, but yeah, the DMR spawning in Tissy is stupid. So I'm hoping that they'll change it, to be honest, but I don't know. Yeah, I've never been to Gran Canaria, but that's kind of where I want to go. There's Lanzarote, Gran Canaria and Tenerife, and for whatever reason Gran Canaria is the one that's appealed to me of the three. And I've no idea why. I did about 5 minutes looking. I'm sure they're all lovely, but I wouldn't mind going to one of those. DMR will be Tissy and Convoy. Well, that's how it is already, Field General, but on experimental currently it spawns at Tissy. Well, DMR will be Tissy and Convoy, yeah, well that's not how it is now, sorry, I've misread what you said. Yeah, it should be Convoy and Helicopter only, it shouldn't be at Tissy. Have I looked up Madeira? I have not, no. Woke Jeff, Coach Ned, cheers for the resubs, guys. Thank you very much. So we did hear a shot a while ago. It could have been here. Oh. Not much to talk about, Strike. There's no Premier League on. Pleased to see England win yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't see the game. But decent enough result, though. I wish I'd won. Didn't really know what time it was on. I just guessed it would be an 8 o'clock kickoff, and then I turned the telly on and it was pretty much over. The moaning about Southgate hasn't stopped. I didn't know it. I didn't know it hadn't. Sorry, let me start. I didn't know that we were still moaning about Southgate. Now he's gone. I'm kind of, yeah. I'm let go of the Southgate talking stick. Need your opinion on what's going on with Nunes. I think Slot seems to fancy Jota more. I think the setup probably suits a player like Jota more, you know, like the way Klopp played when Liverpool were at their best was with a striker that wasn't really an out-and-out striker, i.e. Firmino. And I think Jota is more akin or more able to play that role, you know, like than more of a traditional striker, which Nunes would probably be more of a traditional, like, proper striker. I think he'll have his time though. I think he's come back from the Copa America and he's not broken into the team yet, but I'm pretty sure he will. I feel like he's going to get a run in the team. Jota normally gets injured most seasons. I'm sure he will do if he doesn't get a chance before that. I think Nunes needs about 8 games on the bounce to play himself into form. He's that kind of player, you know, but whether he's good enough or not, I don't really know. When he starts, he looks really, really good. That's been dropped. When he starts, he looks really, really good, but he just doesn't convert enough chances, you know. Always have a quick look around for smoke from a helicopter crash site while I'm up here. You can't see them from that far away, but there's many helicopter crash sites on view from here, so we might as well have a quick look. Yeah, Jota is a little underrated, and he's a very good player, but he probably suits the system that Liverpool play a little more than Nunes does. Bubbles, thanks for coming in. Defiant Fury, dude, I hope you're continuing to be on the mend. Thank you very much for the support. It's not come up as a super chat for me yet, but it will do, dude. Yeah, hopefully you're on the mend and stuff's improving for you, dude. Recovering from a serious motor crash is not, or motorbike crash is no mean feat, dude. Yeah, I put it on semi-auto to kill a Z, but it doesn't want to be on it now.
I feel I owe you for all your positive influence through my journey healing from a near-death motorcycle accident.
Thanks again, dude. Very, very kind. Call me Spoos. This is your payment for my entertainment. Oh, dude, thank you. So if we found a Tundra here, I think I'd change it, even though I really do like the Blaze. I've got a couple of bottle suppressors, and they really would be better on the Tundra than the Org AX. Finding a lot of dropped shit. Someone's been here recently, and they dropped that pistol and they dropped that mag as well. Minnesota Midgets or the New York Giants? Well, one sounds a lot bigger than the other. Is it at Minnesota or is it at New York? If it's at Minnesota, I'm going to go for Skull. It's in New York. Sorry, then Giants all the way. Fuck me. New York. See, the American foosball's back, and to celebrate, Breitling have released a load of new watches, right? I think they're only for sale in America, which doesn't surprise me really, but they've released 104 watches of a particular range for each club in the NFL. So, like, if you're like a hardcore fan of whatever, the Minnesota Vikings, you can buy a Breitling chronomat with their colours on the front and the little Minnesota badge on the chronograph thing. All you need to do is cough up probably about, I'm guessing about $8,000 or $9,000. But there's 104 Minnesota Viking Breitlings and 104 of all of those. You can send me that for a 100 month. Yeah. Sorry, dude. Obviously I would do, but I won't be able to buy that from here because I'm in the UK. It's a crazy thing though, right? And it's a cash cow for them, I guess, but like you need a 104 like feeling affluent foosball fans to part with their money for each club, don't they? Are there any clubs that don't have 104 fans? I'm sure there aren't, but they'll probably be fairly easy to get. Would I prefer to get a bottle of Bunnahabhain 12 or Macallan Gold? I haven't tried many of the Macallans, to be honest. Bunnahabhain 12 is much cheaper than Macallan, so I'd say Macallan if I'm not paying. I would much rather buy Bunnahabhain myself over Macallan, because you get much better whiskey for the money. It's Macallan's decent, but it's really overpriced. They're only 9k, a bargain. Are they clubs in the US or teams? Alf, they're franchises. Franchise! They're not clubs. They're franchises, right? Sorry, I couldn't resist. George Gillet and Tom Hicks, I think, or whatever they were called. When they bought Liverpool, they referred to it as a franchise, and from then on everybody wanted them out.
Great video of the event yesterday.
Which would
Is
you
there
pick,
any more
Submariner
coming
or
up?
GMT2? Whichever you like. Both are great, dude. There's not much between either of them, really. It really depends on the age, which one. Like, if you can get one at retail, I guess you probably want to be picking the Pepsi because it's so much better resale value. But I don't know. You can't go wrong with a classic black sub, really. Like, ideally with no date. But they're very simple. They're pretty much the same watch, you know. Like, one's got a GMT and one's got a slightly different colour bezel, and that's about it. They're basically kind of similar in so many ways. Wow. Someone did some killing. I'd go with the GMT personally. Well, there is so little difference with them. Some people prefer the bezels. And obviously the function is useful if you need it, but if you don't travel very much, then either one is fine. Kigo Doodles, dude, thank you for the raid. Cheers for coming in. I hope you had a good one. Got murdered left, right and centre. That sucks. Well, there's always the next day. Oh shit. Feels like we're following someone nearly every which way we go at the moment. Ghost Wilco, cheers for the 17 months, dude. I think we're going to go up this way. I might go and overwatch the summer camp briefly. Not the summer camp. I might go and overwatch the Tricresta maybe. I don't know. I don't really feel like I need any more loot. I'd like to change the blaze for a Tundra just so I can use the bottle suppressors. But beyond that, I don't need anything. So I'm kind of feeling like we might as well overwatch military bases and try and shoot people rather than go in and get shot. Yeah, cheers Pinkster, hello by the way. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube, it definitely helps. Somehow. It definitely does help, I think. Oh, dear me. The looter has become the predator. Oh, it's obviously been fairly slow going because it was just at the end of the stream, but I arrived at Mishkino tents with a longhorn and killed a dude and they had an Orgay X. And then I killed another dude who had the blaze. You know, like, we've effectively arrived in an area with a longhorn, killed 2 players and come out with an Orgay X, a blaze and a plate carrier. So this character actually struggled like fuck to get geared, and then 2 kills later I'm like as geared as you can be, you know, like, just goes to show the benefits of KOS, right? I haven't seen Wobo's new video on Frostline FN, no, I intentionally avoided it. I've not seen the update from the devs either, so... And it's going to get talked about in here to some extent. I'm just trying to avoid seeing it as much as I can for now. I might as well wait and see. Ato, I'm not always scanning that much. I'm just having a look at as best I can. I normally look in a couple of bushes and then move on, but sometimes even when I'm doing this, I'm not even looking at the screen. You know, sometimes I'm reading something in the chat. I can be pressing the button without even thinking about it. Would I enjoy a DayZ story mode? Not from the Bohemia, no. I think it would be stupid. Like there are single-player survival games around, but I don't think it needs to be made by Bohemia. You know, like there's what's the name of the one that's coming in Unreal that looks really good? I can't even remember the name of it now. But there's a solo survival game on the horizon which is DayZ-like. Can't remember the fucking name of it. I'm following the creator on Twitter and he's following me as well, which is kind of cool, but not Stalker 2, it's something else. Road to Vostok, that's exactly the name of it, Road to Vostok, thank you. Day before. So I think Road to Vostok is getting a second playable demo fairly soon, but Road to Vostok is a DayZ-like game made in Unreal. It's single player and it's being made by one dev only, so it looks like a fun game, but it's like single player is obviously always going to have limitations in terms of replayability, you know. Oh, it's not in Unreal anymore. I don't even know what Godot is. That's an engine I'm not familiar with, but that's interesting. I think it was originally going to be Unreal, wasn't it? So it's obviously changed, but hopefully it's good. I don't know what Godot is. What other games run that engine? It was made with Unity, was it? Okay. Chris, dude, thank you for the gifted memberships. I really, really appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Cheers for the support. Thanks for coming in. Well, it might have a similar kind of system to Tarkov, I guess, depending on the engine and depending what it's going to be like. But we'll see. Road to Vostok, it sounds a bit more Tarkov-esque, doesn't it? You know, like it sounds Russian. Like Vostok is a Russian word, I think. There's a brand of watches called Vostok, so it must be a Russian word. So it was being made in Unity, but they messed the creators up, so it's been changed to another engine. Vostok means east. Oh, okay, so it's road to the east. Road east. Proud the maker is finished. Very cool. Let's hope you're just as proud after the game is released. And I don't mean that to sound catty, but obviously before release there's often very much excitement about survival games, and after release sometimes there's a lot of disappointment. Let's hope this one... I think the time being taken would imply that it's going to be good, I hope. But let's hope it's not a disappointment. Funny thing is, Vostok looks like a AA, AAA, but it's done by a one-man army. Well, yeah, but if you're making a game in a proprietary engine, you're not creating all of the assets, are you? So most game engines come with assets that you can buy and use, which means that you're kind of putting them together rather than like you're not creating the assets from the ground up. So in theory, it can look really, really good. And I'm not trying to throw Road to Vostok under the bus here. It could be epic, and I really hope it is. I want to play it myself. I don't do many single-player games, but I'd like to give that one a go when it comes out, you know? I think it should be good, but we've seen this in the past from other developers where they're using a proprietary engine. You get a load of like clips from their engine, and basically what they're actually showing is, here's a reload animation of this gun, and this is the gun we're adding, and it's going to shoot. And they're actually just showcasing the fucking weapons that you can buy from the engine, you know, like they're showcasing stuff that anyone could showcase, and they're just getting people excited in stuff that are off the shelf, you know. It happens a lot, so you have to be a bit careful with that. What really matters, and these are mostly multiplayer games, so they share a load of stuff that make the game look good, and then when it starts, the server can't handle 60 players playing in it, and it's all fucked. It's really, really common. There's a dead zombie down there. This yellow server signal is not great, is it? Looks to me like they've already left. That zombie spawned in since they've been, I think. Could be wrong. I'm going to quickly check the top of the hill. Actually, maybe I should check the cars. Look, make sure there's nobody looting the cars on the way through.
Keep up running.
Night shift, very cool. See, there's more zombies spawned in. Oh my god, there's mushrooms everywhere. I think whoever was here overwatched from the hill for a while, by the feel of it. May still be doing so, I don't know. So zombies despawn inside 6 minutes. I don't think they're there anymore. I think they're gone. I might come back, but for now I'm just going to come up this way and have a little look towards the ski area. Wolf, I don't really do much other games, no. From time to time I play the odd game with my kids. Like, they're really into, like, mostly mobile phone games, but they have a Switch and we play the odd thing when they come down here.
Like, up to 2 years.
But beyond that,
Love all
no.
your content.
The last time I streamed anything else was either a sponsored stream,
love TRMZ
or before that it was The Last of Us when it came out remastered just over a year ago, you know, so I don't play much other than DayZ. The Gamer, thank you very much. Miss Late, thank you very much too. Cheers for the resubs, guys. Thank you very much. You thought you heard suppressed shots? Behind me. I've got my sound really low today on account of my face ache, so I could have missed him, but I don't know. A little bit worried about the yellow server symbol as well. That's not to be overlooked. It's weird. It's been around for a little while now as well. Yeah, I'm a bit better than them in Mario Kart, dude. Mario Kart is incredible at how it levels people, though. Like, if you're clearly quicker than the other people you're playing with, it just conspires to fuck you up. You know, you can go from first to last because you just get a barrage of shit. Like with Mario Kart, if you're doing a race, you're better off being about third and then overtaking near the end. Otherwise, you just get fucked over by all the different special features. Like, you're winning, you get fuck all, and if you're like fifth, you get way better stuff. You know, it's a bit weird. It's like, I guess it's like a handicapping system. That server symbol does not mean a player is close by, although I think there is one. Yeah, I think I'm up to date, aren't I? I was just thinking I've missed an alert, but I haven't. I feel a bit unlucky to have missed the players there. Like, I don't know. We weren't far away.
TRMZ love, TRMZ love, TRMZ love.
Haven't played Crash Bandicoot in forever. Kojo, cheers for the resub, dude. Thank you. Huxka, 4 or 5 hours tops. I'm a little bit under the weather. I don't really know why, but I might be having a trip to the doctors tomorrow, or maybe the dentist. I'm not quite sure, but see how it goes. I've got something wrong with it's either my tooth, my jaw, or something behind my ear, but I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I'm not feeling 100% great, let's say. Last of Us was great. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was great. Chris, yeah, good luck with that, dude. Hope everything goes well. Yeah, I didn't skip the cutscenes in Last of Us as well. It is very, very cinematic. I watched the Amazon TV show before I'd ever played the game, which probably helped me a little bit because I really enjoyed the TV show. I'm still watching it at the moment, but my God, Slow Horses is good. If you've got Apple TV, Slow Horses is amazing. It's really, really good. It's kind of cool as well. I did tweet a picture of it, but I happened to be in London on Friday morning for a brief while, and I got off the Barbican tube station and was walking about 10 minutes, and well, I was walking about 30 seconds, and I saw the corner where the head office is, and I've walked past that loads, and I've been watching little bits of the show and been like, I'm sure I've been there. I'm sure I've been along that little road. Like, he buys a kebab in one of the early seasons, he's being followed. I'm like, I'm sure I've been there. Now I understand why, because I walk up that road from time to time. Sully, thank you. Cheers for tuning in. That was such a cool event. I hope there's another this year. I'm kind of hopeful that there will be another True Colours this year, but we shall see. You're just getting past a partially dislocated jaw. Holy shit, dude. Not heard anything about Lights Out, Redline, no. I'm guessing if the plan was that they were saying that they were going to do a Lights Out, but you have to think that the devs are normally involved with Lights Out, of course, so I feel like they might do 2 coincidentally or something, I don't know, because Lights Out is, like last year they had 100 players, and this year, how can they have 100 players and do it on Sakal? And there's no way they're not going to want to do it on Sakal, I think, so. Yeah, I just don't know. It seems like it might be coincidental, but like I had this fill-in and it took fucking ages on Wednesday last week. And then that day, I even talked about it on stream. I felt like my jaw was like aching. It was like particularly on the right side. So the filling was on the left, bottom left jaw, but my right side of my jaw was aching, and I presume it's just where I'd had it open at like maximum for such a long period of time. I don't know if I strained it or whatever, but I could feel it, and it wasn't great. But since then, just the ache has got worse. I started getting pain behind my right ear, and like yesterday it was really bad. The last time I felt like that, I had fucking shingles. You know, I felt really fucking ill, like I had like a head cold or a like flu or something, but only in my noggin. Like no issues with my nose or anything, no blocked whatever, but I just feel rough. And I feel it now, I feel rough. When I feel rough, when I'm under the weather, I knock out either an 8-mile run or walk and then a good sleep. If I ran for 8 miles, I'd be dead. The walk, I can definitely do. The missus is still getting over a really, really bad back. We're a right pair of like useless muppets at the moment, but so I walked the dog today, not quite 8 miles though, but I've been on a reasonable walk. It's a little bit like toothache, but I can't really work out where the ache is. I've got a sore throat, I've got jaw ache, earache and all sorts. I just feel really rough. What's the plan? Well, I'm looking for players is the plan. So there was somebody that just killed a zombie at the military base at Tricresta. So I've come here. I don't need to loot it, but I've come here looking for players. I'm going to go and quickly check the other one too, see if there's anyone there. I don't think it's my tonsils. I've had tonsillitis loads in my time, and I've checked my tonsils. There's none of those like spots, like yellow spots or whatever. You know, like I don't think I've got tonsillitis. Sierra, I'd hope so, yeah. I'm sure Sour, Muller and I will be teaming up again at some point, but Sour's still not streaming at the moment, you know, so once he's on the mend and he's all back and raring to go, then there'll probably be another one of those. Yeah, cheers for that, Feej. You just got over shingles, yeah. I felt a bit like it yesterday. I feel a bit better today, but similar. Like I've like the aching that I felt with shingles. Like, funnily enough, actually, I hope this isn't related. Maybe I'm going to start coming out in the spots. But when I got shingles, I got it down, starting on the right side of my jaw, and it went down the right side of my neck and down my right shoulder, pretty much, right side of my abdomen. But I felt so rough when I had shingles, like really like lack of energy, could barely keep my eyes open, was just like sleeping all the time. The actual itching of the shingles is like the adult chickenpox virus, right? The actual bit on the things on my skin were not the problem, it's how rough I felt with it. I had a couple of bits of a rash, but it's how rough it made me feel. Taco, cheers for the for the gifted subs, and your own as well. Cheers for the new sub and the gifted. Thank you very much, dude. Infected salivary gland, eh? Blimey. Well, hopefully it's not that. We'll see, though. If I'm feeling rough tomorrow, I might... It's just so annoying, though. Like, trying to get a doctor's appointment on a Monday morning in the UK. You might as well try and win the lottery, you know? Like, if you try and ring my local GP, like, you can only ring at 8 o'clock. If you ring at 7:59, it goes to an answering machine. So you have to just wait until 8 and then you dial. And if you actually get through, you'll end up being, like, 50th in queue or something, you know? Like... You just, unless you get lucky, you might get really lucky and time it and be in like the top 10 or 20. But like where the GP was closed on a Sunday and not open much on a Saturday, everyone's fucking ringing up. Steelers versus Falcons. Well, based on how shit the new Captain America is, I would expect the Steelers to win. I'd say Steelers all the way. Because he's Falcon or some shit, isn't he? Cardinals versus Bills. Bills, obviously. Buffalo Bills. Bills have got that one in the bag. They're going to win the Super Bowl this year. The Bills are going to win the whole thing. Titans versus Bears. Remember the Titans. It's a clash of the Titans. Definitely the Titans. I hope you're putting the home team on the left, by the way. The Bears haven't been very good since they lost Dan Marino. Patriots versus Bengals. Bengals. Bengals, because Patriots are shit now, aren't they? Since they lost Dan Marino. See, I thought it might have been that speech, an infection from the dental work, but the filling was in the back left. It was like one tooth in from my wisdom tooth on the left, and all of my pain is all on the right. I can't believe it's anything to do with it. Like, and it was there like that afternoon when I'd had the filling, and I don't think it would have got infected that quickly. But it's all on the opposite side. It doesn't make any sense if it would be. Texans versus Colts. Texans. Dan Marino beat Dan Marino. Dan Marino. I should think Dan Marino would do better than San Marino. Jags versus Dolphins. Jacksonville. No, they only injected on the left side of my jaw. Panthers versus Saints. Well, Panthers reminds me of the films Pink Panther, which the first time I saw them I was really disappointed that it didn't just have the Pink Panther cat in it a lot more. And so the Panthers are always a disappointment based on that. And also the Saint with Roger Moore, which my dad showed me when I was very young, about 20 years after it had come out, was quite good. And Roger Moore's my favourite Bond, so clearly the Saints win that. Cheekslow, thanks for the 18 months. Raiders versus Chargers. Weren't they both in LA? Are they LA Raiders and LA Chargers? Is that right? Is that like a home game, but not a home game for both? Where are the Chargers from? San Diego. Then they moved to LA. Ah. Well, on that basis, I'm going to go for the Raiders. Because they've always been from LA. And now they're in Vegas. Fuck me, you can't make it up, can you? I can remember the LA Raiders. Oakland is like a part of Los Angeles anyway, isn't it? I know that because of the song Down in Oakland by Rancid. Basically the same place. Oh, yeah, that's right, San Francisco. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah, down in Oakland. Yeah, I used to quite like Rancid back in the day. So we're just looking for dudes at the moment. I'm not really looking for loot. I'm looking for dudes. All right, there's a hunting stand on the end of this tree line. We might as well check. Broncos versus Seahawks. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks because my first school bag was a Seattle Seahawks bag. It must have been on special or something, but I had a Seahawks bag. So they're probably going to win that, aren't they?
Seriously, I had aching pain in my jaw, ear, throat area and was told to suck a cold, frozen lemon slice. Worked a trick.
Flared, blimey. I better get me some lemons. Cowboys versus Browns. Dallas Cowboys versus Cleveland Browns. Look at me showing my knowledge. I know where the teams are and everything. Let's see. I think the Cowboys are going to win that. I think they're going to have a little bit of an upturn back to how they used to be in like the 90s. I think Rancid are supporting Green Day on this Green Day tour that they're doing. That would be quite a good show, I'd imagine. I find it crazy. I mean, Green Day are a big band, but I always thought Rancid were pretty big myself, but they're supporting Green Day. Commanders versus Bucks. I think the Commanders are too up themselves, you know. A name like Commanders, you know, like it's nonsense, isn't it? Like the Commanders, you know. It's like something out of some shit sci-fi film. The Commanders, like they're the bad guys in Blake 7 or something. I'm trying to think of something from your era, Redline. So yeah, obviously the Bucks win that one. Ah, okay, so they had to change their name because they weren't allowed to be called the Redskins anymore. I think I already did that one, Vimir. I picked Jags. Yeah, I quite like Green Day. Rams versus Lions. Well, Lions would definitely eat Rams, wouldn't they? You know, like if you put a ram, in fact, if you put 10 rams into a pen with one lion, there's only one winner, and it ain't no ram, is it? So Lions. Pretty obvious, really. It's a bit of an away win there. I think you're going to be unlucky with that one. I think I'm probably not telling the truth. What do I think about the new Linkin Park song? I haven't heard it, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a bit shit, like all the other Linkin Park songs. You're mixing pop, punk and punk up. I'm not mixing anything up. I know what Green Day are and I know what Rancid are. But whether they're pop punk or whether they're punk, it doesn't really matter. Rancid are still supporting Green Day. Jets versus Niners. I believe Darren Rodgers is going to have a really good season this season because he's got a wise head on those very young Achilles, and he definitely doesn't say anything stupid ever. So yeah, definitely Darren Rodgers is on for a winner. Darren Rodgers and co all the way. You're picking the Jets instead. Well, you put the Jets first, Redline. So if you're gonna, if the Jets are away, right, you should put the Niners first, so that I know that the Jets are the away team. If you put Jets versus, then I'm going to presume the Jets are at home. Home teams are last. Typical fucking Americans doing everything backwards. Always backwards, isn't it? Same with your dates. Now you're doing it with football as well. I've been thinking that the first team would be the home team and the away team would be the second team because that's how everybody else does it. But oh no, America Land has to go, how does everyone else in the world? Okay, we'll do it the other way. We'll do it the other way. Sorry, I'm not really anti-American. Just a little joke with Redline, obviously. But yeah, I'm still going for Darren Rodgers. He's the man. He's going to win a Super Bowl if he's able to stand by the end of the season. Does he actually play? Like he was the star signing for the New York Jets last season, and then he like threw about 3 balls before he got injured, didn't he? Redline, there you go. They're the NFL picks. So I picked a lot more home teams than I realised. Doing the opposite leaves room for innovation. Okay. Edgar, I think that moment has long since passed. I need to clean my glasses. They're fucking filthy. I hope there's nobody following me behind because I'll be getting shot in a sec. I'm going to have a little look over Lopatino. Throwing a ball sounds like a painful injury. I think he sort of stepped back on his heel and snapped his Achilles. So it wasn't really throwing the ball that did it, but I don't know. Patrick, you've lost me there. If you don't like football, that's okay. I want to have a little look. This feels like the sort of town where bases are going to be. Bases doing basey things. Boss Hog, what's your plan for DayZ today? I'm not really. I just want to get a couple of kills and not die. You know, I've not really got any great plans. Thanks for the tip, by the way, dude. Cheers for the super chat. But oh, there's a helicopter over there. Let's go and have a look at that.
TRMZ love.
I just want to roam around geared and try and pick off a few dudes. That's about it. I'm not going to be streaming crazily long. I've got a Blaze and an Orgay X, and I'd like to use it. You know, that's about it. That's the length and breadth of my plan. Which is why I'm kind of on the outskirt of places, looking for people rather than running to those places and looking for loot, you know. We might as well go and overwatch this heli and maybe go and loot it as well. We might find ourselves a DMR or some shit, mightn't we? Atto, cheers for the 2 months. Flared 8, Acid, Jib Cheeks, cheers for the resubs, all of you guys. Thank you very much. I didn't get Oasis tickets, Jamie. Apparently I should potentially be going in a ballot for... but some of the emails went out yesterday, so if you join the queue for Oasis but not managed to buy tickets, you're meant to be getting an email to put you in the ballot to apply for more tickets. I queued for 7 fucking hours, and by the time I got through, I clicked on a few, and none of them were available, and then the tickets sold out, right? So I couldn't buy tickets. I should be, in theory, in the ballot for these 2 extra dates that they're doing. Interestingly enough, I said on stream about a week ago they'll probably do a couple of extra dates, and someone really acrimoniously said they're not doing any more dates. And lo and behold, they announced 2 more days. But yeah, I haven't been sent the email, so I think it's going to be bullshit, to be honest. There's no way. Like I was 165,000th in queue. There was people 300,000 or 400,000th in queue, and that's for one of them, right? So there's still like more than 1 million people that didn't get tickets that want them. In fact, more than that. I think they reckon 14 million people tried to get tickets, and there was 1.4. So they're putting on 2 extra dates. There's still going to be a shitload of disappointed people, probably me included. Cato, cheers for the 2 months once again. Yeah, I wonder how many of those 14 million... It's probably like 13.5 million bots and then 500,000 real people. There's no zombies at this thing, which is a worry. Basically just need to go towards the sun. Not been looted. Oh no, I need the knifey booties. So I'm not going to... I could leave that Org AX with a mag, but I think I'm just going to dump it. I think this heli is up on the hill. It's a reasonable way away. I don't think it's in the valley. I think it's up in the hill. We shall see. Life is hard. My Oasis tickets were already sent to me by Liam already in-house. Yeah, of course they were. Why not take the backpack? Because it's fucking huge, dude. This backpack's one of the best in the game. So if you play first person and you take that other bag, right? For a start, it makes, like, on the side on view, the other bag is really massive. So it actually makes you easier to be seen. Likewise, it makes you easier to be seen from front on and rear view as well. But much more importantly than those things, if you play first person, you want to be able to see over your shoulder like that. With that big Alice bag, you can't. It blocks your view, so it's really not a good idea. Like, if you're getting shot at, if you're trying to juke away, you can be looking over your shoulder. You can see when they're about to aim, and then you move. Likewise, you can make sure you're placing a tree or a bush between you and the enemy as they're about to fire. You really need to be able to see over your shoulder in first person, which completely writes off the it just completely writes off the bigger bags, with the exception of particular tasks. Let's say you're trying to do something like collect up base building supplies, or you're trying to collect guns to go and bury in a stash, or I know you're trying to do an NBC loot route or something like that. Maybe you'll use it then. You're trying to pick up all of the gas zone stuff. On the new patch, this bag is much smaller in space, and so you might take the Alice bag more for more things. Yeah, there's a heli up on. There's a couple actually. There's about 5 houses at the top of the hill with a well, and there's a couple of heli spawns there. I'm pretty sure it's one of the ones to the left of the town as we look from here. When I was on that castle turret, I looked for the heli where this spawn spawned. Anyway, we heard it spawn in, so we know it's recent. There should be good loot at it if nobody's been. You had tickets 20 years ago, 50 cal. Holy shit! And then they split up.
Hello, friend.
Nino, well, I haven't had the email. That's what I'm saying to you, dude. I haven't had the email, so I can't register by 9 PM. I can't register by 9 PM because I have no email. Like, I'm not... Despite the fact that I queued 7 hours for fucking tickets, I've not had the email, so there's nothing for me to do. Tiny, the Org this Org, the Org AX is really good. The Org A1 is not so great. However, it's still 5.56. If it's the only gun you've got, you can do good work with it, but the Org AX is really good. This one's one of the best assault rifles in the game. This is an absolute ball ache of a heli, because you can't really overwatch it from nearby. You get...
Months of flying. Thank you for your entertainment, TRMZ love.
From those trees, you can't see it. So there could be somebody at the heli and you can't even see it. It's just the mound. You can see it from further away, but when you get closer, you can't see shit. Alpha, dude, cheers for tuning in. Thank you very much. The months are flying by, you know, like, in November 23, I spoke to my contact, a PC specialist, and we agreed a rolling 1 year continuation of the sponsorship with them, right? And that feels like it was about 5 minutes ago, and I sent the invoice for August. And I was like, holy shit, there's only 3 months left of that now. It runs out on the last day of November, November 30th. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to them about doing it again for another year, you know, but that's by the by. It just made me think how quick this fucking year has gone. It's absolutely fucking flown. I really hate this heli. It's so open. But like I was just saying, like there could be somebody prone at it right now. I couldn't even tell.
"30 months is a long time, and yet, need another 5 of these to get when Spurs last won a trophy."
PSO1 scope. Okay, that's a lot. I don't need the AK, but I'm going to take the bullets for my AUG. See what I mean? Like, can't really see if there's anybody there. Wow, all 3 bullets. Anyone seen the new Beetlejuice? I've not even read a review of it, but I think me and the missus want to go and see it. I've not read any reviews or anything, but yeah, has anyone seen it? What's the consensus? Treen, dude, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, the ending of that event video was crazy. Yeah, no spoilers, guys, but whether you liked it or you didn't would be good, but no plot details. Victor, you saw it yesterday and you loved it. Well, there you go. That's good. Right, Garrett, dude. Where is Sour? He's been ill. He has a Discord. He's posted some updates in there if you want to check his Discord. That's the place to go for updates on Sour, I think. My feet are probably sticking out the back of this. Otherwise it'd be a good spot. I wouldn't mind overwatching that heli just for a little while. Somebody might turn up. I'm alright, Garrett. I'm a little bit peaky. I've got something wrong with me, but some kind of issue. Ear, nose and throat. I don't really know what. What did I play before DayZ? I switched to PC gaming specifically for DayZ. Before that I used to play console shooters like Call of Duty and less so, but a little bit of Battlefield. I was massively into Call of Duty, like COD 4 and every COD from COD 4 to COD Ghosts. And COD Ghosts is what made me want to look for another game, to be honest. I see this year, the most I've looked into it, I saw a trailer the other day. They're on to Black Ops 6. I think it was 6, wasn't it? Fucking Black Ops 6, holy shit. Prometheus, thank you for the 51 months. Wilkins and 505 Alpha, cheers for the resubs, guys. Thank you. This isn't a bad spot.
TRMZ. You're getting sick because you're not playing enough days long.
Honky, do you think so? Not sure about that. So I'm back up in this same spot again.
There should have been a winner versus winner TC event.
A winner versus winner, yeah. It did throw a few people. I didn't know that Sour's video that he released was on True Colours, so people that saw Sour's video were somewhat surprised when they saw mine and our team won. Because Sour was obviously in one... Slight spoiler for both videos, I guess, but I did stream it already. But Sour was in the Saturdays one, and he was Team Grey and his team won, and I was in Team Purple and our team won. Oldie pear, yum yum yum. I think I'm going to have a little look towards the West Evac again, Tricresta. And then I might go over towards Green Mountain. And I'm just looking for PvP. I don't really want to go to the airfield or Tissy, so I might check this, then I might go back and check Mosquito Tents. Then pop up and check around Green Mountain, check around the... I heard some player then. I was moving my headset for a second. My headset wasn't sitting on my head properly and I moved it. It sounded like there was a player. Shreen, hopefully, yeah. I think we're hoping there'll be a Lights Out 3, but until it's all confirmed, no way of knowing for sure. Garrett, cheers for the gifted sub, dude. Thank you very much. Zoe, thank you very much for the super chat. Sorry for the resubbing, remembering. Thank you. I'd love to see a league type. You know the Cerberus thing that they just did? I'd love to see them do a league like that. I don't think it would stay on because people would drop out, right? But I'd love to see them do like a 6-monthly league where you go in an event. Excuse me, and then you like, I don't know, let's like 30 down to 1. And like first place gets 10 points. Second place gets 8 or whatever, you know, down, like maybe a little bit like Grand Prix qualifying or Grand Prix scoring or whatever, you know, maybe first place could get 25 and second place could get 18, whatever it might be, but like something like that reward, maybe you get bonus points for kills as well, so you, but a league system whereby over the course of 6 months, like you might finish third a couple of times and you could still be like in the running kind of thing. I think that would be kind of cool, but the downside is that 6 monthly events, you're going to end up struggling to get the same people in, and I don't know, 4 events in, and then there's only 3 or 4 people in with a chance of winning. Nobody's going to turn up, are they? You know, like it's a challenging thing from that perspective. You know, they keep turning up in Formula 1 because they're all making shitloads of money, or at least that's the idea. Right, it doesn't look like there's any dead zombies this time. They should start spawning in though, because I'm here now. Oops. There's the first one. There's not much point waiting here for too long, but I might just wait here for a quick minute just in case someone shows up. God, my eyes are really watering. Well, Shreen, that's what's just happened, dude. So they just did that with the Cerberus. They had 6 monthly events and then had 30 finalists. So they had like top fragger and winner from each event automatically qualify. And then beyond that, the people that got the most kills over the whole event made up the remaining 30 places. That's what was last Sunday. So a week today, I was in the final of one of those type events. That's what Project Cerberus was. So there was 6 monthly qualifiers, and then on the 7th month there was the final. And I came second in the final last week. I just range found it, Vlad. I already know roughly. Like, I already know it's kind of 200 meters if it's this side, and more of 300 meters if it's that side anyway, you know. But I was just having a look just to see, like, with regards to zombie spawning, and I definitely am in zombie spawning range. It's interesting, those
Wow, 26 months.
those mushrooms
Thank
are still
you for
here.
continuing to providing us with entertainment.
Just goes to show that, like, you were like, oh shit, there's players. The mushrooms don't despawn very quickly, you know, like, they could have been there fucking ages. I'd love some MVGs, actually. That means you lost. Alright, DCW. You do better. Victor, dude, thanks for tuning in. Cheers for checking out the video. Every time I join your stream, you seem to be in the same location of the map. Well, you don't join the stream often enough, clearly. I have been here twice today. I don't even know why I'm... Oh, I don't need those, do I? I don't know whether MVGs can spawn here on this server or not. I don't know, but I'm going to have a quick look. I know somebody looted it not that long ago, but it's had some chance to spawn other loot, so we might as well have a look. And that's useful. Weapon cleaning kit. I didn't have one. Gold top grenade. Don't think I want that. SV98, I left a mag for that, didn't I? Kind of stupid, but I still feel like that feels rare somehow. I think those foul mags were dropped by somebody else. There's Val. Gonna quickly check the Humvee. I don't normally find very much at this Humvee, but sooner or later there'll be something. The other Humvee nearer the base often has decent loot at it, or a gun or something, but this one, for whatever reason, it never seems to have the same kind of stuff. Who needs a stern talking to? I've missed that bit. Flowclo, thank you for the prime. PS, dude, PS52. Cheers for the 26. Hope all is well. Storm, on the new patch, people are going to Tissy a lot because it spawns crazy good loot.
Happy 29 TRMZ love.
Whackgatter does, yeah, that's fair enough. You've had the same thing before, your throat was sore on one side and it took about 5 weeks to go. Fuck that. Sad, well, Tissy wasn't in the game 10 years ago, so no. Tissy has had spells where it's been really good for loot and spells where it's not been really worth it, but it's really good loot on experimental because it spawns AKMs and DMRs, both of which are about as good as you're going to find without going to a gas zone or a heli.
My sprinkler goes like this: and comes back like ITID. Happy 7 months.
I'm glad some of that didn't work. Let's try to avoid the sprinkler nonsense if we can. Still very grateful for the resub, but let's try to avoid the sprinkler nonsense. Grumpy old man said so, okay? Cheers for the resub.
Lebedev.
Colin, thank you very much. Topper, hope all is well. Thank you, Colin, Flowglow, and Freak, thank you. I don't think I want foul mags. I just feel a bit off, you know. I feel like I've got some kind of infection or virus or something just in my ears and stuff. Wearing headphones is really helping. I don't feel great. Was expecting that to be walled off.
Just say, love you, bye.
Go, dude, Mountain Goat, thank you for the resub. I did eat a rotten mushroom. Let's wait for a little while before we eat that one. I really don't want to be doing dark. Wouldn't it make more sense to have the SVD at Tissy? I have a funny feeling the SVD isn't even going to spawn on Chernarus. So what they're trying to do is make it for 126 where certain guns, like for example, Chernarus is going to spawn the AS Val, but it won't, sorry, other way around. Chernarus is going to spawn the VSS, but it won't spawn the AS Val, and I'm guessing Livonia will be the other way around. And it might be that on Livonia you can find the SVD, but not the DMR. They're trying to make it a little bit, like, unique, so if you want certain things you have to go and hunt for them on certain maps kind of thing. Why though? Because they're also wanting to have Sakal feel unique with unique loot. So I think it makes sense to some extent to try and do that. It's not the end of the world, but what is the end of the world is that the DMR is the best gun in the game and it should be behind a gas zone or it should be on a convoy. it's far too OP to be spawning in Tissy, you know, like when I went to Tissy, I spoke to a couple of dudes that shot me uncon. They both had DMRs. I had a DMR. The two people we subsequently firefighted with had DMRs. And the two dudes I've spoken to had seen 2 more DMRs at the tents. So there was 5 in players' hands and 2 more to be looted, you know. It's basically like 126 currently is like Oprah Winfrey's like going, you get a DMR and you get a DMR.
At TheRunningManZ evening, Mr. Manson chat.
Tolly, on official, you can switch between maps. I guess they're trying to encourage that, right? That's the point, you know. Like, if you want an SVD, you've got to go and play Livonia for a while. You can't just jump from one to the other because you've got to loot your way. Like say the SVD spawns inside the bunker on Livonia, you know, you've then got to go and get in the bunker, you know, you've got to go and do it. I don't know where it's going to spawn. This is just hypothetical right now, you know, but that's what they're trying to encourage. People like wanting to play both maps for a functional reason. Like, both of those maps are free maps to play, you know, like, it's kind of cool, that, I think. Shreen, thank you for the bits. Hemi, Vince, cheers for the support. Mountain Goat, thank you again. The FAL is not better than a DMR, but the FAL is not better, it's weaker. The only thing going for the FAL is that it's full auto instead of semi-auto, but the DMR is significantly better. The Orgay X basically works the same as a FAL does, so no, you're wrong. It's okay if you prefer it, but like, it's okay that you like it more, but like, subjectively speaking, you can prefer one or the other, but objectively the DMR is better than the FAL. Like, if you shoot somebody at 150 metres away with a DMR and they're wearing a plate carrier, they go oncon. With a FAL, you're going to have to hit them twice. Maybe a bit more than that, but the DMR one-taps uncon plate carriers at like 450 metres. No other gun does that, really. Certainly no other semi-auto gun does. The new sniper is better. Are you really saying the SV98 is better? Budders, you're either one of two things. You're either trying to get on my nerves, or you don't actually know what you're talking about. Either which way, you're wrong on both counts. I don't have a smartwatch, Garrett, no. The SV98, the new sniper, is actually weaker than a Mosin. But not by much. I think if the DMR is going to spawn in Tissy, it's OP. It needs to be nerfed a bit, if I'm honest. The thing that made the DMR work was because it was quite hard to find. You had to go and look for convoys. You might... Like, if you can... Everyone can get to Tissy, like, it's really easy, you know, like... Alright, if you're on a full-pop server, you might die, but... If you go to Tissy and there's 2 or 3 DMRs, it's tremendously easy to get a DMR, isn't it? That sucks. It shouldn't be weaker than a Mosin. Well, I think the reason it is that they use barrel length, and the barrel length of the Mosin is a tiny bit longer than the barrel length of the 98. No, the SV98 is still really good, Garrett. It's in most scenarios, if you hit the right shot, they're going to go oncon. So I'm just coming up here to check the convoy again. That's where we killed that dude before. It was a while ago now. No convoy. And then we might as well come and check over Mishkino. Surely to encourage travelling between maps, they need a really good weapon split into 3 between each map to make players travel. Hutch, well, they can't go too mad with Sakal because it's going to be behind a paywall. So they could split most of the guns between Livonia and Chernarus, but I think it would be incredibly harsh if they put some guns on Sakal that you could only get there, given that you then effectively have to pay $30 to loot those guns. You know, that wouldn't be very fair, I don't think. But I think they're trying to do it to some extent on Chernarus and Livonia and Sakal, but I don't know whether... Maybe Sakal might get a new gun that only spawns there or something, who knows. I've seen the Star Wars server a little bit, Hale. Yeah, I've not played it, but I've seen a little bit of it being played, yeah. There was talk about a Groza being ready ages ago. There was talk about there being a Groza in the game, and it still never arrived, so maybe there might be a Groza at some point. There's been lightsabers on some servers for a while, so I'm guessing it does have lightsabers. Yeah, it's melee weapons. There might be somebody here, maybe. I didn't see anybody using lightsabers, but I did see some shots with like blasters and stuff. It sounds pretty cool. They are kind of cool. It's the sort of thing that you're going to get really into for a session, and then maybe the novelty might wear off. But it's kind of cool for the novelty, if nothing else. I'm sure some people are going to love it. Know about the cave near Moschino? What cave near Moschino? There's no underground area with loot in it in Moschino at all. By all means, enlighten me if I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong. So someone's been here because I left those doors closed. It was a while ago now. There's been no server restart since then. There's some tall rocks with like a little archway over that way somewhere. Which I presume is what you mean, but it's not really a cave. Nobody here. Sorry, I already looted that. I'm not going to bother. What I really need to do is kill somebody with MVGs. Jasper, cheers for checking out the video. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You need to change your graphics if you can't see. I don't do that, but that's kind of like shit. Adjusting your graphics to see at night time is an exploit, in my opinion, dude. Not judging you. You do what you like, but you're meant to use the game. You're meant to play the game, not use NVIDIA filters or some shit to see in the dark. That if you got caught doing that somehow, then you could get banned on a lot of community servers. So obviously, as a streamer, if I streamed myself doing it, I could get banned on community servers really easily because it's easy to prove, isn't it? I preferred the old Moschino tents. There isn't much of the old map that was better than the new map, but the old Moschino tents was. Oh, fair enough. You're not talking to me. I'm sorry, dude. It's all good. Militia, dude, thank you very much for the 41. Hope all is well. Yeah, the old Moschino tents were just so good for PvP. And it's one of my favourite areas in the history of the game for PvP. And I did prefer the old Cherno as well, which... Old Cherno was way better for PvP but the new Chernarus is way more. It's way better for looting, and it's way better for the game we have now. But old Chernarus was so much better for, like, coastal PvP in old Chernarus was amazing. Maybe encouraging people to come to the coast with snipers is not the best like thing to do anyway, but it was so cool on old Chernarus with the like triple yellow and the apartments and whatnot. Like there was lots of sniping and counter sniping positions and whatnot. It was just very cool. I'd like to raid that. I shot somebody in that house about a week ago. And after I shot somebody in that house, they then boarded up the window, which I don't blame them. I'm going to play until it gets dark. I'm not going to give up, by the way, but I want to go and take a couple of paracetamol. I feel really heady. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to play while it's daylight, because then I can see. I might as well go AFK while it's dark, and then at least we're burning some of the night time before we get to daylight again. No MVGs at the moment, so I'm going to struggle a bit in a minute. Petrochorus, I still prefer the map now in general, but I think it's okay to hark back to a few other places from yesteryear, you know, like the original airfield, loads of people want that back, and I understand why. It's got so many memories, but I actually think the original airfield was very method.
And chat scissor hand with fingers splayed clenched.
I don't want to go backwards in that regard, but the old Moschino was just way more fun for loot, for PvP in particular. And I don't think there's anywhere quite as good as the old Moschino in the new game, full stop, for PvP. But it's not really meant to be about the odd set piece. It's meant to be more situational. I do think the devs went through a period where they were trying to spread the players out, you know, and understandably so. So they wanted to have a bit more situational stuff rather than having very method encounters. So they took some tents away from Moschino tents and they added little tents in different places. They added more loot at Troitsky. They added the tents at the Northwest Airfield. Like the two tents in Moschino, sorry, the two tents in Sosnovka we're about to go to. The Southwest military base on the coast. They added a couple of tents on the way out of Berezino towards Gorka, and little ones here and there. And there's a few they took tents away from here and added in tents in other places. That's what they did, you know. They were trying to spread loot around a little bit, spread encounters. But at the time, I always felt like they were prepping for making the game have more players. But they never achieved that, you know. They've never been able to go above 60 players. And therein lies the rub, you know. If you're on official with 60 players and they're all spread thin like that, your encounters can be really... Like, you get most of your fake encounters in the beginning because of the stupid spawn system. On official, I mean. Like, but then once you're into the map, you don't see anyone so much. I feel like they started making the map, including the Northwest Airfield, that they then changed. They started making the map for more like 80 to 100 players, but they've never managed to get the game to that level of players. Yeah, you used to be able to get to Moschino a little easily, Budders, but if you spawned in Berezino or Svetlo, you used to be able to get to Severograd and then Troitsky military base really easily too, you know. It was just a very different time, you know, like back before there was stamina, like you say, you could eat like 3 or 4 apples, drink at the well, and you could run pretty much anywhere on your map. No stamina loss, you could sprint straight to somewhere. The game changed loads, and it wasn't because they got rid of Moschino tents or anything. It's because they changed the way that you had to plot your way around the map. They changed the looting. They made it much more methodical, and they added stamina. And you just can't go from the coast to somewhere geared straight away. But as you're missing the point though, like when this game first came out, it used to have 40 players as a max, but its points of interest was very, very minimal. The DayZ devs have continued iterating on it, and they've continued to make effectively less choke points and more spread over the years. So, like, if you have most of your military in a few places, you've got more choke points for action. But if you spread it across the entire map, which the devs did, then you're spreading the looting and you're spreading the interactions. You know, like they've gone away from focal points and more towards situational stuff by design. That's what they wanted to do. And I think to be honest, I think there was some talk as well of having more players. You know, they did tests for 75-player servers, even 100-player servers in 2014. They were always wanting more players, and they've never managed to achieve it. We're about to run out of daylight, and we might just make it to Green Mountain just to see if there's anyone around. Yeah, they didn't run very well, those tests, that's true. One of my favourite early videos was in one of the 75-player tests. I think it's called The Dark and the Light, where I meet Hollis. What do you have other than your blaze and a plate carrier? I'm pretty kitted, actually. We're doing pretty well. Got to be really careful. It feels quiet as you like. This server is absolutely full. We're not hearing any shots, which is very, very surprising, but this server is packed. And it's usually really, really busy as well. I'm surprised we've not had more action already. Just the one kill, and that was... well, a car drove... A V3S drove past me. And then not long later we got that one kill, and other than that it's been quiet, which is kind of surprising. Mikey, I've only been on 2 hours and 25 minutes or something like that. Not too long. Reg, cheers for the bits, dude. What would you have as your last meal? I can't really describe it very well. I'd like to have a white crab meat starter that I had in the Criterion about 15 years ago. And it was like layers. It was like layers of wafery stuff with white crab meat and all sorts of Ponzi like ingredients. It was absolutely amazing. So I'd like to have that, but someone would have to name it because I can't remember what it was. But it was fucking amazing. The main I'd have as my final meal would be an Italian pork dish that I had in Chelmsford about 5 years ago. It was absolutely fucking orgasmic. And then for dessert I'd have creme brulee. Creme brulee is my favourite dessert. I love it. It's an old lady's dessert, I'm sure, but I love it. If I could choose any car to smash around the Nürburgring, what would it be? I'd like to keep it as well. I'll have a Porsche GT Touring, please. But I want to keep it. If I can pick anything else, I'll go for a Corvette Stingray from about 1970, just for the lols. I don't really care if I go quick round it. It'd be kind of cool to drive that. A glorified Beetle, if you say so, Danish. You've been swallowing the Clarkson Kool-Aid, I think. I think I'm going to go to Green Mountain. That shot's kind of in Zeleno. I don't. By the time I'm going to carry on this way. Grub, cheers for checking out the video. It's such a cool run. Yeah, Porsche GT3 RS Touring. That's the one. The one that nobody can have. Like, you have to pretty much, like, I don't know, bribe the dealer to let you have one, because they've only made like 500 or 600 of them, I think. I don't know a great deal about these, but I know that those are incredibly sought after. We talked about it a little bit in the past. There was some YouTuber that was trying to buy their way to having one from the dealer. So they were making videos like, I'm going to get a GT3 RS from a dealer. And so he was buying different Porsches and then selling them at a loss. But he was making videos talking about it, and then the dealer found out and said he couldn't have one. So he had to buy one on the second-hand market anyway. That's the sort of thing, if you're going to make that video, you need to do the whole thing and record it all and then make the videos after you've achieved it. Otherwise you're fucked, aren't you?
Cooking a roast with TRMZ on. Let's see.
Oh, that sounds good. Me and the missus are having like it's like a home version of paella. It's not quite paella or paella, let me say, but a little bit like that, inspired by that. So it's like, whoa. Still going to go to Green Mountain, I think. Like chicken. Large prawns, shrimp, arborio rice, and the kind of paella flavouring and whatnot, and then it had chorizo in it as well. So none of it's authentic, but it's kind of I really love it. It's my favourite thing that the missus makes that I have. The favourite thing I make that she has is like a pork stir fry, which I actually did last night. So she's doing the paella tonight. I have to go towards those shots, don't I? There's a few, so we might as well go and have a look. Hopefully I can see. Sounds like it's right on the north side of Zeleno as well. I could be wrong. It might be around that barn area. I'd actually like to have proper paella in Spain, like the proper one, you know, where they just leave it in the pot and it's like burning to the bottom, and it's all like, apparently if they make it for the family, like the oldest in the family get the kind of bits from the bottom of the pan, like the best bits. I ain't gonna be able to see shit, am I? Can't stand seafood. I'm not the biggest fan of seafood, but I don't like. I'm okay with like lighter stuff. Like that starter I just said was white crab meat. White crab meat is amazing, but brown crab meat is like fish spunk or something. It's disgusting. Can't stand it. Brown crab meat is like devil jizz. Horrible. That was in here. I'm going to put the gamma on. There's a dead guy on the road there. I'm going to get to these trees. The dude's going to go and loot that guy on the road. So I was right. It is on. The shots were on the north side of the town. Oh, is he done? He's got everything except his vest already. This is really risky. If he's smart, he's behind that door. I won't be able to shoot him either. If he's stupid, he's in the house, so I can shoot him through the window. But if he's smart, he'll be behind the green door that he just closed. Server chain again. You can actually shoot through the side window of that house as well. I might have a look at that in a sec. Maybe I'll just shoot them through the side window here. Oh no, I can't. There is no side window. Oh, bollocks. That was kind of seat my pants stuff, wasn't it? Fuck me. It's actually got another dead body in here. That was very, very risky, but so what? It worked. The server thing, like I hit him and he didn't drop for ages. That could have been really dodgy. Tackless, thank you for the 5 months, dude. Cheers for the support. These aren't that geared. I need to get away from here. Fairly sharpish, really. That's junk. At least I've replaced my bullets for the M4. I don't need the meat, really. No MVGs? Doesn't seem to be. Sake, this is taking too long. Come on. I thought I saw a movement up in the bush then. I hope I didn't. I'd like that as well. There's much else there that's really worth having. Another 1 bullet. I really thought I was going to wallbang him. I'm guessing he was probably more to the right on the body. Mosing with the PU. Pistol holster would have been good.
2 years, baby.
Right, that's enough. Let's go. So we did all right at that. We got some shit. I don't know if my bag's
TRMZ love.
It was a bit harem scarum. It was very risky to go down like I did, but it was getting dark and I was a little bit concerned about staying up on the hill. And then it gets dark and I couldn't see very well. I could still see a bit better than I thought I was going to be able to, so I should have waited, but waiting would have been dull. Pushing was much more fun. Even if it was stupid. Right, let's just fix the vest. I saw a stream where they said that single loading a gun and then adding the mag causes a greater chance of gun jam. I don't know if that's true. Like, if your gun is chambered, it has a higher rate of a chance of jamming, but as soon as a mag is in it again, I don't think that's the case. As far as I know, it doesn't matter how you load it. If it's single fire, as in no magazine in the gun, it has a higher chance of jamming.
Oh, hi.
As soon as the mag is in it, that reduces the chance of jamming. I don't think it matters whether you load one in the chamber or whether you don't. I think the mag being in the gun is what makes the difference. Right, I don't remember if there was another hunting jacket in the summer camp, but maybe we should go and have a look.
Only one problem with your current setup. Inventory unusually tidy, relatively geared, but the most worrying thing is your stamina is way too high. You definitely need more loot.
This server allows you to carry more stuff. It's got like a... so there's no mods on this server, but it does have a slight tweak to the stamina system, I believe. Oh yeah, I just think if your gun jams, it's unlucky. I have a funny feeling there's something wrong with the AUG AX. I feel like it jams more than it should, so there's something up somewhere. Muller was saying the same. He was saying he doesn't use the AUG AX because he's had it jam when it was worn with a worn mag. I had the same thing the other day. Right, I'm going to quickly loot this summer camp, and then I'm going to go AFK and I'm going to make a tea and find a couple of painkillers as well. Oh, I thought that was fire or something. No, it's just the moon. Seems to be taking longer than I was expecting, like I'm going the wrong fucking way. It is easy to go the wrong way when it's this bastard in dark, to be fair. I think I have gone the wrong way. I think I've got to go more this way. I hope we don't bump into anyone for a minute. It was all by design. I can check the summer camp shared up the hill here while I'm here, I think. There's a hunting stand even. I don't remember if I checked this one or not. I don't remember seeing that there if I did. Gamer Luke, cheers for coming in. Thanks for tuning into the vids and stuff when you can. Thank you. Dagorki, Magnet, Grim, Jay Wizzo, and Lobster. Tacklis as well. Cheers for the resubs, guys. Thank you. I don't really need to loot this so much, but when I came through before I didn't need a jacket, now I do, so I feel like we might as well just double check it. I wasn't paying attention to whether there was clothes or not. Obviously hunting areas, summer camps are a good place to find hunting jackets. See that? Encompass. Zagorki bars are on me.
Another month, another message. Underscore TRMZ love.
Nihil, Nihil, thank you very much. Nihil Novi, cheers for the 9 months. Really, really appreciate it, dude. Cheers for the another month in. Thank you. Right, a denim jacket is really not what I was after. I'll just take that. Call me picky and all, but I don't want a denim jacket. That's shit. I actually took that extra bandage thinking I was, I've got 4, I don't need that. Lalo, this is Chernarus. It is in the title, it's a little bit concealed because of the, well, no, it's really blatantly obvious you're on Twitch. It should say in the title of the stream always, dude, but the YouTube title's a bit convoluted, but on Twitch it's quite simple, dude. Shoebox, well I usually stay on, but even I'm going to take the opportunity to go AFK and make a tea while it's night. I need to get painkillers, I need to do it anyway, so I've been waiting for night to go and do it so I could burn, so even I'm guilty of at least that much, you know, like... I agree though, it would be much better if people stuck with it and played the game, but... like, people are too afraid to play in the dark, they can't see so well, they're worried about bumping into people with MVGs, you know, like... they just won't take the risk. I wish I'd kept the other red dot. That was a mistake. Some shots to the north. Quite a long way north. And I understand with, like, if you're newer to the game, like, map knowledge makes it really hard to get around, but if you're relatively new to the game, you know, like, try and get somewhere that's built up and just loot that while you get through night, you know. Like, if you're on the northern route, loot Severograd while it's night time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do shit like that. Right, I'm going to be a couple of minutes because I need to get some painkillers and I need to make a tea as well. So it's going to take me, well, maybe up to 5 minutes by the time the kettle's boiled and whatnot. I'll be back as quick as I can, but at least we're burning some of the night time while I'm doing it. Shadow Tech, thank you very much for the Prime. Cheers for the support, dude. Thank you very much. Won't be long. just going to put some drops in. Thankfully, so far today, Tomty, we've not died. Only got a couple of kills, but we've only died... well, we haven't died at all. Not been the craziest kills either, to be honest, but at least we're 2 kills and no deaths is pretty decent. Just looking at the player pop, it's still full. So it hasn't actually dropped at all in the night. Oh, I tell a lie. It's just recycled. It's dropped 3 from full. What's the number bottom left? That's my current sub count on Twitch. It's actually a little bit lower than normal at the moment, which is fine. It goes up, it goes down. But this time last month, I was on holiday for the week with my kids. So last month, I didn't generate new subs per day, like new prime subs and whatnot. So my sub count's a little bit lower than normal. Hopefully, in about 10 days, it'll be wherever it would normally be. Sorry, I fucked that up a second there. I've done it again. I pressed the Windows key by mistake twice. Twat. There we go. Warrior Cats, cheers for tuning into the video. Thanks for the kind words as well. It was a really good event, that. Excuse me. It's not normally a problem. I don't like. I've never disabled my Windows key. I've never accidentally pressed Windows when I really needed to. Like where my hands rest naturally to game, I never press the Windows key. But where I'd come back and I'd been AFK, I wasn't sitting at my desk properly. I was just like twatting the wrong key over and over again. I didn't grab any food. No, I made a tea. I had a wee, and I took 2 paracetamol, and that's as extensive as it got. What's your all-time starting at Liverpool 11? Fuck knows, dude. I'd have to really give that some thought. I'd have to really give that some thought. I think the current goalkeeper might be in with a shout. In the eras that I've seen, Bruce Grobbelaar was goalie when I started watching Liverpool. I don't remember anything before Grobbelaar. From Grobbelaar until now, I think the current goalkeeper might be in with a shout. I really do. I'd really struggle to do that without really seriously thinking about it. I think Sami Hyypiä would be a centre-back. Probably Hyypiä and Van Dijk centre-back. I feel bad not going for somebody like Alan Hansen, you know. Those teams used to win shit all the time, you know, but I just don't feel like the players translate to the modern era the same, you know. Steven Gerrard centre mid. Suarez up front. Probably in 4-3-3, right? Suarez up front. I don't know. So hard. Where would those shots be? They sound too close for it to be VMC, but I'm guessing they're VMC. Well, that's the thing, Lawyer. Like, how can you not have like King Kenny and Ian Rush? But Ian Rush was a crazily good player for Liverpool, but he wasn't better than Suarez. You know, he just wasn't. You could have Kenny playing off Suarez, maybe. No, Talic or Biscan, no. I really rate Suarez. The thing with Suarez is he's a complete dick, or at least he seemed to be, you know, but he's one of the few players in the Messi Ronaldo era that was close to them. Like when he went to Barcelona, he was really like at their level. You know, he's one of the few that was close to Messi and Ronaldo when they were still at their peak. You know, there aren't many. Like I think he was better than Neymar, in my opinion. I think people just don't like him. John Barnes on the left is a good shout. John Barnes was amazing, but like later on in his Liverpool career, he wasn't quite so amazing. Let's say, you know. I feel like this might be a base raid that's going on. The shots are not where I thought they were, and now they've stopped. The night time was really quick, wasn't it? Where the fuck is this? It sounds so close. I don't think it's even in the town. I don't have MVGs. No, I wish I did have.
TRMZ.
Neymar is the closest to CR7 and Messi. Your ball knowledge is terrible. I don't really agree. I think when Suarez was at Barcelona, he did a lot more than Neymar did at PSG and the like. I don't agree with you, but rather than saying you're a fucking idiot and all of the stuff that you're trying to say about me, I'll just accept that you can have a differing opinion. But I think Suarez has done more at club level than Neymar has, and he hadn't spent a long time hiding at PSG either. Neymar is just not as good. He's massively overrated in my book. Suarez has had quite a big impact for Uruguay, who are a lesser team than Neymar has had for Brazil, who are a bigger team. So I don't agree with you, but nonetheless, you're entitled to your view, and I'm not going to tell you you're stupid, because that kind of makes your own argument look sort of dumb. Do I follow American football much? I watch the Super Bowl final. I watch the Super Bowl every year, and that's about it. I really enjoy that. They do put it on late at night in the UK, but like we don't really get the games broadcast very much, and it's all on at the wrong times and stuff. So I don't see any of the games during the course of the season. I just watch the one. That's it. Suarez is top scorer and top assister in Uruguay's history, yeah. Funny enough, I'd forgotten that he'd gone to Miami. I was trying to work out if he'd retired or not yesterday for some reason. Still at Miami.
What is the next event you are playing? As always, thanks for the content.
Matthew, yeah, I think that's true. I love me the Super Bowl final. Dutchback, cheers for the support, dude, thank you. Bongo, you Suarez is the best player you've ever seen live. Very cool. Will there be a charity stream this year? Yes. Almost certainly in December, like normal. It will be for the same cause as well, I suspect. So I'm trying to run in the line where it sounded like those shots were. I think it's a base raid. I don't know if there's a house this way that we're heading towards, like just down the valley. Like maybe on the edge of Nadezhdino or something. I don't really know, but I'm trying to go straight towards where it sounded like the shots were, to be honest. Titi Kamara is the GOAT. Yeah, in an all-time Liverpool XI, I'd have to put Suarez in ahead of Ian Rush. Ian Rush was goated for an extended period, and he was really vital, but Suarez was just better player. He had so much more to his game, and he was really clinical as well. No, at the moment, I'm pretty sure I'll be using the same alert. Da, 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 da. Well, I'm still going the right way. This must be a base raid, mustn't it? Two different shooters, both trying to raid a base. You'd have Suarez on the left of centre and Torres down the middle. I mean, Torres, when he was at his peak, Torres was at his peak at Liverpool. He was really good. I still don't think he was as good as Suarez, though, personally. Torres was crazy exciting to watch. When he left, I was gutted, and then it turned out to be like the best time to sell him ever. This yellow server thing has been like it for ages, isn't it? It's a bit of a worry. It must be in vishnoi. It's really hard to overwatch if it's vishnoi. I don't know about this, but they're taking a huge risk doing what they're doing, because there must be 2 or 3 at least, I think. But if they're base raiding, right, they're within earshot of they're within earshot of Starry Sobor, Novi Sobor, BMC, all sorts of players are going to be coming for a little bit of a look at what they're doing. I don't think when we get there it will be just me, I think there'll be others. Every time I'm like, I must be there, I must be there. What is that gun? Is that a shotgun? It sounds really loud. Do I sound Swedish? I don't know how you sound. The gamma's not still on, no it wasn't.
Hey.
Suarez is the bitey guy, Victor, yeah. Brian Michael Owen did win the Ballon d'Or. I still think Suarez was better. I do. Do I have house shoes? I have a pair of grey Crocs, which I effectively wear as house shoes, but I don't really... I just wear socks around the house. I don't wear slippers or anything, but if I need to let the dog out for a wee or something, I put a pair of Crocs on. Likewise in the back garden, like if I'm going in the back garden for any reason, I tend to stick them on. Just server restart on the hour, nothing else. Oh, real Crocs, yes. At least it's a different question, Bongo. I've never been asked if I have house shoes before. Hi Doc, I'm good. Hope you're well. Real Crocs, how the other half live. I know, Topper. Blimey, what a luxury. .308 Blaze, Velvet Monkey, Sal Solo, Dutch Back. Cheers for the support, guys. Thank you. I'm going to run around and get on the hill on the far side if I can. The hill on the far side will give me a better overwatch. The downside to the hill on the far side is that it's also much more likely to be where players are going to come from.
So much running. Thank you.
Gigantic, thank you very much for the 16. Cheers for the support, dude. Gigantic Micro Squirrel, thank you very much. My missus took a couple of pictures yesterday. She walked the dog. She's got a bad back, but she walked the dog yesterday. Oh, shit. She walked the dog and she stopped to take a picture of a squirrel that was eating some berries in a it was like a blackberry bush, and she stopped to take a picture, and then when she zoomed in closer it was a fucking rat like about 4 or 5 foot up in this bush eating berries. So there's a player up the hill here. I don't think this dude is with them. I think the dude's having the same idea as I had. It's going to be in that townhouse, isn't it? You can see base walls there. This fucker is going to be up here somewhere, though. The one I just saw is going to be up here somewhere. He may have stopped in one of these. Well, there we go. We definitely know it's the townhouse. I've aggroed all the Zeds. This fucking sucks. This really sucks because of the dude up the hill. He might be with them. He might be on Overwatch, or he might not be. But I know there's a fully geared dude up here somewhere, and I'm really worried about where I go now. I'm trying to get an eye. Oh, there's one. That's not the geared dude I just saw. That's so unlucky. I couldn't raise my gun because I fell off the fucking logs. That's so unlucky. Like, I couldn't shoot back because as I saw them, I tried to raise my gun and I was on the logs. But then I was pressing right mouse button, so I had to let go and then re-hold to try and shoot, and then by which time I was dead, you know. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Fucking bollocks. So that might have been the other one I'd seen. I'm not sure it was, though. They were wearing red, but... yeah, well, there's no point not trying to get into the thick of it. It's kind of unlucky, really. I could have shot the one by the house, but I was trying to shoot with the blaze, right? Sorry, I was trying to shoot with the AUG. I didn't want to shoot with the blaze for obvious reasons, you know. It would have been dumb. Fucking hell, 2 hits. Oh man, that sucks. 2 hits.
Oh, bro, kill me. Come on, you're gonna have my food.
Okay. Come this way.
What? Bro, nah, there's no way, bro. What?
Get him!
Your friends?
Get him!
Here,
Sick him!
I'll get him. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Yes. Heavy attacking with a pistol, heavy attacking with a pistol. Yes. I'm Mike Tyson, boy. I'm Mike Tyson, boy. Oh, nice headshot. Yeah, can you, do you mind, oh wait, sorry.
Yeah, get the zombie. Ow!
Got them both now. Oh, fuck.
You can do it.
Bro, that's you, they fucking changed it.
You wanted to die anyway. What's your problem?
Wouldn't you rather swap your fingers for your toes and your toes for your fingers, or have a pair of noses for
You're
ears?
a pro at this.
Slushy, holy shit, that sounds
do
confusing.
you mind killing me real quick? I forgot I had to kill myself.
Yeah, come and stand next to this thing, see what happens.
Sure. There's like a massive rain burns, you know.
Stand on that thing. Oh, by the blue thing.
Which thing? Oh, okay.
Evil man's
By the way, I know who you are,
You're
bro.
not that
Hey,
far
good
from
luck.
Run for the loot.
No!
TRMZ love.
So you're gonna use another bullet?
I think I might have enough bandages. Oh, that death sucked. Like, it really... I did say that base raid is going to attract a whole load of other players, and it fucking well did, you know, but... Just so unlucky that the dude's going down to the house. They were a 2, obviously, those 2. And then his buddy's immediately behind in the bush that I run by. Even then, I still had a chance to get him. But I couldn't fucking raise my gun, you know? Like, oh, it sucks. Can of peaches in the house with the first dead dude. What's there? Alright. Oh, well. I actually wanted to try and survive and call it quits when I died, but I've died a little bit earlier than I wanted to there, so I don't really want to do that now. There is indeed, well spotted. That's ruined. You could run back. I could do, but there isn't going to be loot where I died, is there? You know, like... those 2 are going to loot the shit out of me. I've hidden a few things. I hid an AK-101, I've hidden an AUG. Whether I can find them or not is another matter, but... I've hidden some half-decent guns around the place. I just think I'll carry on from scratch and start afresh. I don't really want to go running back. Yeah, I've got that Mosin at Moschino tents with a damaged scope. That's probably more worth going back for. That's probably more worth going back for, I'd say. Because I think if we run to Vishnoi, which isn't that far away, I think I'm probably going to die. I'm going to get killed by some fucker when I get there. I'm going to go to the well. Surely they're going to go to the well. I felt sure they were in here. Where the fuck did they go then? Oh well, they must have gone the other way. They were inching their way towards the well when we saw them. That's kind of unlucky if you ask me. I really could just go back to where I died now, like just with the fruit. Or with the peppers. They looked like they were going this way, didn't they? Don't be greedy. Oh, I took a few. I might cook them, maybe. I might cook them. Just need to eat a little bit. Sorry, drink a little bit of the well. I don't need to drink shitloads, but if I drink about another 5 or 6 turns, I think that'll do for now. This is not feeling too safe with 2 dudes knocking around. Well, that sucks. Be nice to find a scorpion in here, wouldn't it? Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. So they've managed to block it off. They've not even built the door. Gaming, I don't really drink coffee on the basis that it affects my stomach in adverse ways, so I don't do a great deal of coffee. I have a cup of tea not long after I've woken up, usually within about half an hour, which has got caffeine in it, but that's about as far as I go. The sporter. God, it's a long way away. I think that's a sporter shooting zombies.
Run, run, they are
Hello?
shooting. It's very dangerous. Hello.
You alright?
Somebody is shooting, man.
Yeah, you don't have a Makarov mag by any chance, do you?
No, sadly not.
Alright, I'm gonna go and find the shooter.
Alright, I believe in you, man.
Yeah, I believe in me too.
Find him?
No, it's a chicken. Perfect. Ah! Go, go, go. Sounded like all the way over here by the coast. I doubt there'll be much to be found over here, but I probably should be carrying on to where I just was, where I died, but look at me running over this way with a Makarov. Chris, I am excited for Sakal. I'm really looking forward to playing Sakal. I'm a little bit kind of keeping it on the down low though, because we don't know how long it's going to be. It could be another couple of months yet, you know. But experimental is very much more survivally, so I'm interested to see how that is. But and I played it on experimental a bit. I'm much more excited for the new map. I think 126 is quite a step up in many ways. The boats are going to be good, but I think the boats are going to be better on modded servers. Right, these are where we were hearing the shots. We just heard a shot this way, so they've gone running over this way. I think this is those same two. I thought they looked like they were going to the well, and they clearly didn't. They turned around and went the other way. Sakal's made by the devs, Jambon. Well, obviously Sakal's going to be really important for boats. But you're going to have to pay $30, whereas with the existing maps, there's a load of modded ones you could probably play too. And I'm obviously going to be playing Sakal. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like that last shot we heard was over here towards those houses. I'm probably running to my death here, to be honest, but so what. Well, Gene, they said somewhere close to $30 is pretty much the. They said no more than $30, I think is the way they put it, but I reckon it'll be 30. Maybe it'll be 25, but I think it'll be 30. I bet it's 29 or $30. When I went to the Frostline presentation, I asked them to qualify the price like twice because I wasn't sure if I was hearing 13 or 30. It was definitely 30. We've just chased after those sporter shots, and now the fucker's gone. I'm never going to find him. I give up. We'll go the way we should have gone in the first place. That's good. It's kind of unlucky that... I did get a box of bullets, but it's kind of unlucky that we haven't got a mag, to be honest. We could have actually looted the PD. We may well have got a mag. People paid $34.99. I don't know about other games, but I think if you look at DayZ, so Livonia was $13.99 when it dropped. That was in 2018 or 2019, I think, wasn't it? So I understand things have gone up since then, but and again, whatever people will pay for it is what it's going to cost, you know. So we know that DayZ has 40% off sales. So if they make it $30, any money you like within a couple of months, it's 40% off for a few weeks. But if you look at Armour Reforger I think was $34.99. They're back in the town. I'm going to carry on towards Vishnoi, fuck it. Armour Reforger is like a whole lot more stuff than one DLC map for DayZ is. So if Reforger was about $34.99 when it dropped, and this DLC is $29.99, then the comparative value would be not there. You know, like what Armour Reforger is like 5 years of more modern engine. It's got the latest version of Infusion in it, whereas DayZ's still running on the 2019 version, right? It's got a brand new map designed from the ground up. It's got vehicles. It's got all sorts of other things. It's had a massive dev team working on it. And it is a precursor to Armour 4, so if you buy Reforger, at some point you're going to have to buy Armour 4 as well. But nonetheless, if you compare those two value-wise, it would seem that Armour Reforger's had a lot more work, and it's practically the same price. That doesn't affect the value conversation, Jacko. By the way, the sales difference between Armour 3 and DayZ are very, very small. DayZ has sold more units than Armour 3 has, but Armour 3 has got more total sales, including all of the DLCs. So, it's kind of a moot point, really. But Bohemia make Armour, and then DayZ is an offshoot of Armour, right? I think $30 is quite steep for a single DLC map. Personally, I think pretending otherwise is... It doesn't mean I don't want to buy it. I would buy it. Irrespective of being a streamer, I would still buy it. DayZ's my favourite game. But I still think $30 is a bit much. I think somewhere around 20 to 25 max is more... It's a single map. I think the cost is quite high, I think. Is it going to be? It's not going to be larger than Livonia. No, it's going to be 3 times bigger than Namalsk. I think square footage-wise, it's smaller than Livonia, but it's all islands and it's a very different thing. And I'm not trying to shit on it, by the way. I'm really excited for Sakal, but perception of value is a very personal thing. But if you compare it to other things from Bohemia, it looks expensive. You know, it looks expensive compared to Armour Reforger. It looks expensive compared to the last DayZ DLC. It looks a little bit over the top price-wise, you know. But if it helps keep Bohemia making DayZ, if it helps to fund DayZ 2 or whatever, great, you know. Sea Frisch, first death of the day as well. It's just bad luck for you, I guess. Maybe you're the Jonah, right? Top Sadud, nobody knows for sure that DayZ 2 is in production, but they're going to make a DayZ 2 one day. But according to Bohemia's own numbers, MP DayZ has sold more units than Armour, so that's not correct. That might be PC copies, but obviously it sold a shitload on console as well. But I'm pretty sure, from Bohemia's own figures, DayZ has sold more units than Armour, but Armour 3 has sold more units in total if you include the DLCs. I don't think that 5.8 million figure is anywhere near accurate. They sold 4 million copies in by the end of 2014. There's no way they've only sold 1.8 million in the last 10 years. I don't think that's true. Armour's had way more DLCs, yeah, and it has a really loyal fan base that's lapped all that up, and DayZ's only had one DLC. That's true. P. Jason, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you. I guess I might have a little run over and just see. There might be loot where I died. There might be loot in the base that was being raided. Maybe I can loot Mogilevka right quick before, but it's really quick to run there from here. What would DayZ 2 look like? It would just be a slightly improved version of DayZ, you know, like... They can make a FIFA, they make a new FIFA every year, they make a new Call of Duty every year, you know, like, if they made another DayZ 12 years after the first one, you're still going to be looting, you're still going to be visiting towns, you're still going to need to eat and drink and kill zombies and kill players and so on, you know. The actual basis of the game is going to be very similar, but what you can do is use the most modern engine, which gives it better graphics, maybe allows for better server performance, more players in the server, larger maps with more points of interest and better interiors and better exteriors and better graphics overall. And like some of the interiors in this game are from like 2006 or 7 or whatever, and they look like it, you know, like all of those things can be improved, as well as the external graphics and so on as well, you know, like. But there's no way it's very hard to be really innovative if you're making DayZ. You're basically going to make an improved version, you know. Obviously, you'd expect there to be a new map. Like, at some point, the engine that they're building to help make Armour 4... Fire Armour Reforger, at some point there's going to be a DayZ in the new engine. Of course there is, you know, like, we're already using a version of it now, but they're not going to give DayZ that came out in December 2013 the new engine. They're going to sell it as DayZ 2 and, like, come up with something new down the line. Of course they will. Could be years away yet, though, who knows. Of course, reworked AI for the Zeds would be a big deal, for definite. Yeah, the Zeds are shocking. They said they're not even thinking in a DayZ 2, so forget it. Find me that quote, Simon. They said when I went to... And it's in the video I put out. They said that they're thinking about DayZ in terms of the next decade, but right now they're only able to talk about Frostline. If they've got plans for DayZ for the next decade, there's going to be a sequel, dude. They're just not allowed to say there's a sequel because they can't, right? They're not going to say there's going to be a DayZ 2... Because then nobody will buy Sakal DayZ now, will they? They won't buy the DLC, you know? Like, they need to sell the DLC, they need to sell Armour 4, and then DayZ 2 might be like 2026, 2027, but they will be working on it. They're just not going to say, because that would be like kicking themselves in the foot, you know, shooting themselves in the foot, won't it? They literally said they've got plans for DayZ for the next decade, but they're only able to talk about Frostline right now. So clearly they have got stuff up their sleeve, you know. I need to not be dark blue temperature. How Frostline sells could determine how much investment they get for DayZ 2. Maybe it could. I think they're going to know that DayZ, a new DayZ, is going to sell like really well. They already know it's going to. They can use DayZ to know it's going to sell well. You know, like I feel like Frostline is just going to help fund the continuation of development of what they're working on now and what they're working on for the future. You know. Yukas, thank you very much for the Prime. Really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Why a DayZ 2 when they can just update for the past 11? Because there's no money in updating forever, dude. Right? I bought the game I bought the game about New Year's Eve of 2013, right? So, like, what business would you recommend keeps iterating and iterating and iterating on something they've already sold? You know, like. Bohemia's not a charity. Like, why make a DayZ 2? Because at some point they need to make money. That's why. Like, obviously they're going to sell Sakal, but they've got a new engine, or an updated version of the engine that they're working on for Arma 4. They're not going to spend 6 years spending money on a big dev team to make that and then just give it away, are they, you know? That's why, Seafrish, they're obviously going to try and make money from people. Like the same I just said, if people like EA can make a new John Madden every year and a new FIFA every year, whoever makes those games, I think it's EA, right? If they can make one every year, surely there can be a DayZ once every decade or so. They're only really, like, I think DayZ development was destined to end. But because the game has become more popular than they expected, and it's become more popular in the last couple of years than it ever was before, they've carried on developing it with a skeleton crew because they want to keep the interest alive in DayZ so they can then make another one down the line, you know. DayZ's only got a small dev team and they're doing a really good job with the people they've got to keep things moving, but you have to hope that they've got more plans down the line, right? Still dark blue. Mike, well, cheers for tuning in. Mike Hedrick, cheers for tuning in, dude. There's some very good streamers in amongst those, you know. $5.8 million sales as of 2019. They've sold a shitload of copies since then, right? I've seen something that came from Bohemia somewhere that talked about sales. Like Bohemia had like a little bit of a breakdown about themselves, and the unit sales of DayZ, just the game, the unit sales of DayZ the game, were higher than Arma 3, and I saw that from Bohemia. It was something. It was not much, but it was like 5 or 10% more than the sales of Arma 3. But Arma 3 had made more sales overall because of all the DLCs it's had. Cheers, mate. That's them raiding, I think. That's still the raid going on. DayZ is only where it is now because of the mod developers. I think it's a combination of things, dude. I think without the developers, the game wouldn't be where it is, and without the modders, the game wouldn't be where it is. I think that's true. But I think it's not just modders, and it's not just. I think it's the whole combination of things. Like, for example, modding it's actually part of like Bohemia's ethos for games. So to say that it's only modders that have done it, when it's literally Bohemia's core ethos for their games to make them moddable. They worked on the mod tools for DayZ. They made it a priority to release it, you know, with a reason. And it's kind of silly in a way to say that DayZ's only where it is because of modders, when it's actually a mod of Armour 2 originally. Of course that's the case, you know. Were it not for Dean Hall making a DayZ mod of Armour 2, there'd be no DayZ. So you're right, but doesn't mean that the devs haven't made a big impact on the game in the last 5 years. It's way, 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 way better than it was when Livonia came out. I'm not going to bother with the truck, it won't have anything. Big Brother, I hope so, but they said they were going to work on zombies last year and shelved it. They're not working on zombies this year. I'm not sure. Bear in mind as well that the devs themselves have hired a lot of modders. So if you take people like that lad who did who actually took over the Winter Chernarus mod, didn't create it but took it over and made it a lot better, and then Dance of Jesus, Arkansas, and others. There are many people that were modders. Even Sumrak himself created the mouse. They work for DayZ now, so they take on a lot of the modders to work for the game. Windstride, yeah, Windstride works on the game as well. Kicking yourself in the foot can hurt, yeah. Did you ever play Prime 2016 Air and Gel? Semtex, I played OG PUBG when it first came out, yeah. I was a PUBG partner when it first came out, so I had that little streamer coat and all sorts. I sold it for about £600 or £700. But yeah, I enjoyed PUBG in the early days when there was only one map, and I was still playing it a little bit when they went to 2 maps, and then I never played it since then. Chopper down, dude. Thanks for coming in. Gareth, cheers for checking out the vid. Appreciate it. Hopefully it does okay views-wise. Any thoughts on why Helicopters planes never came to the full release? Because they've just not done them yet, Lewis. They're working on that for the... what put paid to all stuff like that is because they went with a new engine, isn't it? You know, so... They could have just imported stuff like Helicopters and still ran DayZ on the Armour 2 engine, but it ran like a bag of shit. And it's still not perfect now, you know, but from about 2015 until about 2018-ish, they did nothing but try to iterate on the engine, so they've never done flying vehicles in the new engine yet. They're working on them right now for Armour Reforger. Obviously, they've got some in Armour Reforger, but they're not bringing everything to DayZ that's in Armour Reforger straight away. It's still being developed. DayZ's not using quite the same engine, but they've only been working on them more in the last few years for Reforger, right? We've just never had them in DayZ. We don't know, Lord Mischief. If someone gave me 100 grand and said,
Hello,
bet
TRMZ.
now...
Are you watching American football at all this year?
Only
Greetings
the Super Bowl,
from
dude.
Buffalo, New York. Go Bills.
Christopher, thank you. Cheers for coming in. Yeah, I'll... Buffalo Bills would be my team just because I liked them when I was a kid and they kept losing in the final. But yeah, I'll watch the Super Bowl. I won't watch the rest. I don't really have the time or the space for it, but I always watch the Super Bowl. Here's hoping the Bills are in it. But yeah, if somebody gave me 100 grand and said you must bet today whether DayZ 2 is being made right now or not, I'd say it was. But how you would prove that, I don't know. Can we just run to where the shots were? Run to where I died, couldn't I? Have no vest. Let's just carry on. Damn dark blue temperature though, that's a worry. Put the heat pack on, that might just help. Where am I heading? Well, I died at Vishnoi. There was a load of people raiding a base. And then a load of other players that were overwatching trying to kill them, and I died on the hill, so I'm going to try and get back. Don't forget to load your Makarov. It's the Glock I need to load, yeah. I can only chamber it, though. MP, I've seen something from Bohemia that said that DayZ sold more than armour. I can't find it now, but I've seen it. I know from what I've seen that DayZ has sold more than Armour 3. And it came from Bohemia themselves, like maybe around Christmas time. Somebody can probably find a link to it, but Bohemia themselves didn't. I think it might have been on the Bohemia Twitter around Christmas, but they released something that was sort of talking about sales, about their games. And it showed that DayZ had sold more, and it came from Bohemia themselves. I've seen it, so I can't provide you with a link to that, but I know I've seen it. Nobody knows yet when Frostline's coming out. NA, no, there's no official release yet. How did you cope for getting up for bottles with your children? I just didn't sleep for about 3 years. And the kids, my two kids were breastfed. So, but we still were doing like bottles, and what I used to do was stay up. We used to have like a sterilizer, and we'd do a bottle feed. So, I've always been a bit of a night owl, so I used to stay up, and I'd do like a late feed at like 1 AM or something, and I wouldn't have been to sleep at all. So I'd do a late feed, and then I'd just sleep until about. I'd go to sleep about 2 and sleep till about 7 or 8. If I was lucky. So I'd do my ex would go to bed and sleep from about, I don't know, 9 PM or something, whatever it was. I'd do the first feed so she didn't have to get up, and then she'd do the second night feed so I didn't have to get up. Semtex, you'd hope that they'd choose a different setting so it wouldn't feel like it was around sort of Western Russia or Eastern Europe. You'd think it'd be nice if they picked somewhere different. Robin, cheers for coming in, dude. Lewis, cheers for the support, dude. Thank you very much. Christopher, thank you as well. Arvid, cheers for the support. P. Jason, Yikas, thank you as well. So, if I die trying to get back here, I may well call it a day, by the way, so let's hope I don't die. I just came in, what do you mean call it a day? Well, there's no football been on lately, dude, so I can't instantly make you turn around and leave. Yeah, that's in 2019. It's pretty obvious that DayZ's been more popular in the last 5 years since then, Jock. But I've seen one that was more like 8 or 9 million for one and 10 million for the other from Bohemia on their Twitter. Don't forget I have a Moses stash. It's a long way from here. And it's incredibly unlikely that I'm going to get any loot from this, but I'm going to go back to where I died. There was 2 players. They may have looted me, they may not. They may have left some loot is what I mean, but I bet they haven't. I think my body will have despawned. The only thing that might have stopped my body despawning is there could have been players in the area for ages. That twat's fucking trousers. That went well. I'm afraid that's the end of that chapter, guys. I was going to stop after the last death. It does say on Twitch, it says it's a short stream, and it is a short stream. I am not amazingly well today, so it's only been nearly 4 hours. I'm afraid that's the end of that. We'll start afresh tomorrow. Hopefully I'm feeling a bit better tomorrow as well, with any luck. I think I will be. I'm a bit better today than I was yesterday, so hopefully I'll feel a bit better tomorrow than I do today. We shall see. Lewis, thank you very much for the new sub. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll be back again tomorrow from around 11:30 to 12 in the morning. If I'm well enough, I'll be doing a 12-hour stream, but if I still feel a bit ill, I won't. We'll just see how I go, but hopefully I'm better tomorrow. Thanks a lot for coming in, guys. I know it was a short stream, but it was still kind of fun until the very end. Cheers for coming in, peeps. Have a good one. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take it easy. Love you. Bye.